pé yes a tún káàbọ̀ sórí ètò níbi tí a tún bá iṣẹ́ the sister will make it for you níbi tá a ti ń bá iṣẹ́ ìran Yorùbá lọ látara ìta tí ń bá bọ̀ mo ní ká tún káàbọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Yorùbá Afenifere President Bola Ahmed Tinubu òun ni àkọlé ètò ti ìrọ̀lẹ́ yìí bí ẹ ṣe ń wọlé ní méjì mẹ́ta ẹ bá wa pín ètò yẹn ẹ jẹ́ kí ọmọ Yorùbá ká tún jọ gbóhùn ara wa látara ìran Yorùbá tó náà ń fẹ́ kúrò ní Nàìjíríà kí ni Afẹ́nifẹ́re ń wí kí ni àwọn ẹ̀yà tó kù ń sọ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ló lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ sí orílẹ̀-èdè ibi tó ń pè ní Nàìjíríà tí àwọn òyìnbó amúnisìn tí wọ́n gbà kúrò lọ́wọ́ wa ní 1914 amalgamation eléyìí tí a máa wá sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí nírọ̀lẹ́ yìí òun náà ni kí lẹ̀yin rí sí ọ̀rọ̀ náà àti pé bí ariwo ṣe ń pa tó ń ta lọ́tún lósì tá à ń sọ pé ìran wa àsìkò tó kó bọ́ kúrò ní Nàìjíríà Afẹ́nifẹ́re ti sọ̀rọ̀ Tinubu ti sọ̀rọ̀ Bàbá Akíntóyè ń sọ̀rọ̀ àwa Yorùbá Nation campaigners ń sọ̀rọ̀ kí ni ẹ̀yin rí òun ni ìbéèrè tí mò ń bi ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa ní ìrọ̀lẹ́ yìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ti ṣe mọ̀ bí ìṣe wa níbí ìbíbáyìí ni a ti máa dá gbogbo ẹ̀ tí a máa béèrè question nítorí pé bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lénìí tí àwọn kan ní káṣíwà nínú Nàìjíríà táwa kan sọ pé àjọṣepọ̀ wa pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà ó ti mẹ́hẹ ẹ jẹ́ ká kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà but ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní no pé ká má tí ì ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mo wá fẹ́ gbọ́ látara ohun táwọn èèyàn wá fẹ́ sọ nígbà tá à ń prepare gbogbo àwọn platform méjì tó kù tá máa fi bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ nírọ̀lẹ́ yìí ìwọ ọmọ Yorùbá tó bá ti ń wọlé sínú ètò náà ó ṣeé ṣe kí ìwọ náà ní ìbéèrè ṣé Afẹ́nifẹ́re tó ń sọ pé ká túbọ̀ ṣe sùúrù kó change constitution Nàìjíríà àbí Bọ́lá Tinubu tó sọ pé no a máa wà nínú Nàìjíríà ní o torí pé òun ò lè pín Nàìjíríà èmi náà ni àbúrò yín tí ẹ mọ̀ sí Koikimedia tí a máa ń bringing the world closer to your doorstep ẹ bá wa pè àwọn èèyàn wọlé ní méjì mẹ́ta ẹ máa láǹfààní àti pè wọlé látara ìbéèrè tá à ń béèrè nírọ̀lẹ́ yìí ìbéèrè náà ni pé ta ni ká tẹ̀lé ṣé Afẹ́nifẹ́re tó ní ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ a kọ́kọ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ Tinubu kó tẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ sọ fún wa pé constitution tó ń lò yìí is a fraudulent constitution kó já wá sílẹ̀ nígbà tó bá ti wá já constitution wá sílẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀tọ́ tó kù tẹ́ ń béèrè á wá sí ìmúṣẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu Afẹ́nifẹ́re Yorùbá Nation campaigner ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo yín darapọ̀ mọ́ mi bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn ọmọ ti settle down a ti fún wọn lóúnjẹ wọ́n ní tí ebi bá ti kúrò nínú kìnnìkan àbùṣebùṣe ẹ mọ̀ pé Yorùbá tèmi ìgẹ́tà sí bí so please invite people to come in and let us discuss. It's Friday. Many people are doing late night. Many people have just returned back from work. Ilé náà làwa náà wà ẹ mọ̀ páwọ̀ níṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ kan tí ọmọ Yorùbá gbé fún Koiki ni pé ìwọ ṣáà bá wa máa kéde síta kí etí wa lè là torí pé àgbọ́ràn tí wọ́n bá ti ń ṣàlàyé fún wa àwa wá mọ ohun tó yẹ ká ṣe ẹ bá wa pa àwọn èèyàn wọlé ẹ mọ̀ pé nísìnyí ariwo kéékèèké á máa ta jáde látara àwọn ọmọ yín tó wà nínú ilé so ẹ rántí pé is a mobile studio but àwọn ọmọ mi ti mọ̀ pé tí bá ti gbé fóònù síwájú àti laptop ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá Nation náà ni mò ń sọ ẹ pa àwọn èèyàn wọlé o ẹ má jẹ́ kó jẹ́ yín nìkan lẹ fẹ́ ṣe àdájẹ wọ́n ní àdájẹ kò kí ń dá kíyàn jọ jẹ ẹ̀yìn lọ́sẹ̀ máa ń sọ pé ẹ jẹ́ a lọ jẹ kí ló máa ń pè wá ní kájọ jẹ sàárà ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì máa ń ṣe sàárà ṣá èmi náà láìkì sàárà báyìí ẹmọ ibi tó bá ti ń ṣe sàárà tó ń dín àkàrà torí pé ọ̀rọ̀ ibi tó ń pààyàn Nàìjíríà nísìn kódà kò sí sàrà tó lè jẹ. Mo ń bèrè lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ ń darapọ̀ jẹ́ máa kí n bẹ ṣe ń wọlé torí àìtí ìwọnú program gangan. Àyànfẹ́ Ibrahim wọn náà wọn kí mi. Silver Badmus ó ní welcome sir, èmi ò níṣẹ́ méjì mi níṣẹ́ méjì, iṣẹ́ kan tí mo gbà lélẹ̀, iṣẹ́ tọmọ Yorùbá assign mi fún lélẹ̀, àbẹ níṣẹ́ mi tẹ́ fi fún mi. Mo kí yàwá Modinat, salamu alaikum. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin mùsùlùmí, ṣé ká má ti tanná kí n save náà díẹ̀ tí ó ta bá tanná nísìn ìyàwó mi máa mú bíìlì wá fún mi. Triple DRS, thank you so much. Àyànfẹ́ Ibrahim mo kí yín. Wàsíù Táíwò mo kí yín. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́tí ń darapọ̀ lọ́tún lọ́sí. Wàsíù Jìnàdù ní constitution not for the Yoruba indigenous people, pé constitution yẹn fake ni, Koiki má yẹ kó fún ẹ jẹ constitution. Ìyá mi wọ́n ní kújọ́ mẹ́ta, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Princess Adébímpé Wóníyì. Àwọn platform tó kù náà mo ṣì ń try láti tètè set it up so that kí gbogbo ẹ̀ lè jọra wọn náà ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wọlé lọ́tún lọ́sí, mo ní báwo ni wíìkì yín? Wíìkì yìí kódà oríṣiríṣi ni ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú wíìkì yìí, but focus tiwa ni pé ìran Yorùbá fẹ́ kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà. Ṣé àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re tó ní Koiki, ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń béèrè fún Yorùbá nation yẹn, Bọ́lá Tinubu ò ní dá yín lóhùn, àwa ló máa dá lóhùn, nítorí pé àwa ni à ń sọ fún pé kó jẹ́ kí constitution yẹn wá sílẹ̀. Ṣé Tinubu lè gbé constitution wá sílẹ̀ without the approval of the Senate? Ìyẹn àkọ́kọ́. Mo kí bàbá mi Olóyè Ìgbòho, mo kí Bishop Adesina, mo kí Chief Imam ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, mo kí bàbá Gẹ́gẹ́ Ojú, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá o, láì yọ ẹnìkankan sílẹ̀. Mo ní ta ni ká tẹ̀lé, Afẹ́nifẹ́re ni àbí ká tẹ̀lé bàbá Akíntóyè àbí President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi láti Sierra Leone. Báwo ni Sierra Leone? Ṣé gbogbo ẹ̀ wà settle down? John Ọbátẹbọ ní welcome every truthful Yoruba nation to the platform. Mo kí àwọn Biafra, mo kí àwọn Morufa Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Risenlolo ó ní good to hear from you. Ahmed Muhammad ní now I get you. You are Yoruba. Kí ló rò pé Hausa ló pè mí tẹ́lẹ̀? Àbẹ́ ìgbọ́rọ̀ tó ń sọ. Ṣé mo jọ Hausa àbí ṣé mo jọ Ìbíbò? Ṣé mo jọ Ṣèkírì? Ọmọ Yorùbá ni mí. Mo kí bàbá wa Sheikh SK Boss ó ní ẹ káàbọ̀ padà bàbá mi Koiki. Engineer, àwọn engineer gbọ́dọ̀ máa wọ ọ̀kadà. Engineer máa ń fix problem ni. Kọ́lọ̀mbẹ̀ Elédùmarè jẹ́ ká máa rí problem fix. Ara tá à ń ṣe náà ni pé à ń fix problem. Kí ni problem tó wà níwájú wa? Problem pé a ti wà nínú Nàìjíríà ó tójọ́ mẹ́ta, kò jẹ́ kí a rí ayé gbé, ó ti dìbà wa from so many things. Iṣẹ́ tá a wá gbà ni pé ká enlighten ọmọ Yorùbá, kí gbogbo àjọ gbé yẹ̀wò. A máa fi nọ́mbà síta, but ṣe jẹ́ ká sáré play anthem yẹn ká má yẹ kó pẹ́ bíi ti tẹ̀ǹkan, nítorí pé ó dàbí àtẹ́ pé Koiki ìwọ ọmọ Yorùbá ó tẹ respect anthem wa, ṣe ló kọ sọ̀rọ̀ lọ fún 1 hour kó tẹ lọ́rùn, ó wá ṣe ń play anthem, kò jẹ́ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Mo kí Prince tẹ́jẹ́ play anthem yẹn, ó dàbí pé man need a speaker mi. So lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí àwọn ọmọdé wa ti lọ sókè, so ẹjẹ́ mute lè mọ́lẹ̀. Program tán wò yìí nísìn, okay, the other remote ló fi ń wò, a ti ní over bí 1 million or 2 million view. Ọlọ́run ló mọ táwọn ọmọ yẹn ń wò nínú àwọn program yẹn, ó dẹ̀ ń pawó wọlé, but irú àwa nísìn monetization àti gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n ti gbà kúrò lọ́wọ́ wa. Màá dúpẹ́ fún ọba Elédùmarè pé a sì ń gbìyànjú díẹ̀díẹ̀, torí pé kí ni kò ní ṣe torí owó YouTube làwa ṣe ń ṣe lé tó bá. Oh brother, I mean the language, I guess it is Yoruba. Oh yes, Ahmed Mohammed. Where are you from originally? Mr. Ahmed Mohammed. Yeah, it's Yoruba language. Thank you so much. Are you from the northern part of Nigeria, or you are from the middle belt, or you are Hausa Christian? I love Muslims. I was born as a Muslim. I love Hausa people, but it's just that we don't want to be in Nigeria anymore. You know, Nigeria is no longer working. Banki sọ pé Koiki, if na olden days, you'll be inscribed in the part of the stories in the Bible. Ọmọ èmi náà ti nítàn nìyẹn kọba Elédùmarè kó wà pẹ̀lú wa. Ẹ bá mi pé ètò, ẹ bá wa pe àwọn èèyàn wọlé, ẹ pa àwọn èèyàn wọlé. Ó dà pé ẹ má ẹ̀ka tún ṣe mistake. Oh, you're from Somali. Oh, I have a lot of the Uber driver that drove me last week Saturday is from Somalia. And we had a great conversation. There were some tips I got from him, you know, and he's making money on Uber. You know, may God Almighty Allah bless every one of us, wherever you are, whether you're Somalian, whether you're Sudanese, wherever we are around the world, we will continue to live, you know, and leave a mark a mark. It's important that we leave a mark before we go meet Baba God. Waris Jinadu, I think I should bring the the exchange rate today is 1,400. Ẹ má bínú pé Koiki báwo ló ṣe mọ̀. Àwọn èèyàn náà máa ń send this to me. But let's play the anthem. I think we are fully ready now. I still have a couple of more platforms to set up. Mr. Kehinde Jamiu ni Mr. Koiki ò kí mi kò dá bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ kí mi náà ó dà mo kí ẹ̀yin àti ìbejì yín mo kí yín ẹni God bless Yoruba nation. God bless you. God bless you as well. Yoruba níyì wọ́n ní good afternoon or good evening. Prince Adebayo Shitu mo kí gbogbo wa ní all the province across the Yoruba land. Ẹ máa láǹfààní Mr. Isaac ní ẹ kú iṣẹ́ you won't be tired. Mo ti lo nǹkan sí ọmọ ebi ò dá lára nígbà tí mo padà wọlé yẹn mo ní sọ tí mo jẹ èmi náà ya sáré kí nǹkan sínú kùn tó sàlẹ̀ la fi ń sọ tòkè jáde torí tó bá sí oúnjẹ nísàlẹ̀ Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kíyàn ní strength. Ẹ jẹ́ n pin ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ Stone Cold ní Koiki you are specially welcome. Àwọn òyìnbó ńláńlá ẹ má jẹ́ kó lọ kíyàn lọ gíra yàn jẹ. Wọ́n ní freedom fighters and individuals or group who fight for freedom, justice and equality. They often challenge oppressive system of government to bring about positive change. They are like real superheroes. Ẹ rántí Voltron. We like Voltron because when they are fighting single-handedly, one man defeat one. But the moment they become one, Voltron, the Kinikon, you know, I can't remember anything anymore now. Shitu Amaomi Mokin. I think we should. We normally get people from the, but it's important I share the program first before. So let's just use this one to. Can play intro me a man like it now. I'm sure you like my intro. You know, it's part of Koikimedia. Kadupelo Egbowa Mike Ola. Let's listen to the for the lady. Kadega. Ìgbàgbọ́ ni o. Láti bẹ̀rù ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ yìí ká ṣiṣẹ́ ìṣọ̀kan tó ìnira ìkẹjẹ́ ká máa lè bá tẹ̀síwájú ọkọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Àwọn ọmọ Odùduwà dìde lọ sí ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ̀. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Mo kí yín wọn náà ń gbọ́ mi kétékété Koiki láti ìlú Badagry. Mo kí yín, thank you so much. All the way in Badagry, Mr. Rokusu Ṣẹ́gun wọ́n ní Mr. Koiki, I greet you. We are behind you from Badagry. God bless you, even if you didn't recognize me. As much as I love you, Darkwest, the last man standing, I love you too as well. I am not different from any one of you in Yoruba land. Simple Rahim, Simple Rahim, official _Banky. Kehinde Oseni Salami. Shout out to all the Yoruba sons and daughters. Mo kí yín dáadáa. Mo fi tẹlẹ́dùmarè mo fi kí yín. Mo fi ti Quran. Èmi náà ní Quran. Mùsùlùmí ni mí. This was the Quran I brought in to UK some 24 years ago. Ó ti ní sellotape káàkiri. And I love and appreciate everything written in here. My Bible is upstairs. I don't know why I keep the Bible upstairs and I keep the Quran downstairs. And one thing we need to understand is that even Yoruba Muslim, they suffer. Hausa Muslim, they suffer. Igbo Muslim, they suffer. Christian, they suffer. Hausa Christian, they suffer. Yoruba Christian, they suffer. All the indigenous people, Christian, they're suffering in Nigeria. Abi? Simple, I mean, it will get to the point that your media will be live non-stop. Ambo dear, ni, Benny, Bushilati Rinoni. But we have to start small. Eric Joby Julius Moki Money, I am not different from those of you in Nigeria. Tojomo Yoruba. Money tibawa nile, walai. Èmi náà lè máa gba owó orí títì. Ẹ fún mi lọ́kadà mẹ́fà kó máa gba bẹ́ẹ̀ tí máa jáwó. But we are grateful that what fi ẹ̀sìn, what fi tọ́ wa adẹ̀gbá, I accept it and we believe in it. And there's nothing wrong in it. And I can still recite in English, not in Arabic. But Intagbedaninisin has nothing to do with religion. I am not joking. It literally has nothing to do with religion. Religion or all. Freedom or all. Freedom is what we are asking for. Nigeria has taken away our freedom through the fraudulent 1914 amalgamation. And that is exactly what we are doing today. We are bringing back the conscious mind. Colitech, a shout out to you. Moki ni gbogbo Jebode, Benny, confirm omo Jebode ni mi. Moki baba to bi mi lomo. Moki grandma Lee Ajayi. Moki omo Yoruba ni diaspora àti ní Africa. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ bá mi dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ tìrọ̀lẹ́ yìí. A máa gbọ́ ohun Jagaban. Ó bá àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re sọ̀rọ̀. Ó bá bàbá Fáṣọ̀rántì sọ̀rọ̀. Ó sọ ìdí pàtàkì tí òun o, as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, òun ò lè pín Nigeria. Gbọ́ ṣe tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ kí Nigeria fọ́, èmi kọ́ mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Tinubu ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Viking, orúkọ yẹn dàbí àwọn warrior tó máa ń jà láyé àtijọ́. Viking. Bẹ́ẹ̀mi ni mo dẹ̀ máa ń wo movie tó pọ̀ jù ni. Koiki, your camera from the YouTube is dark. Ẹ torí bí ṣe jókòó ni. Ṣé kí n tanná díẹ̀? Ẹ torí pé mo fèsì ẹ mọ̀ pé inú ilé mo wà. Ẹ fẹ́ máa rí inú ilé mi ni. Ó yẹ ṣé ká tanná. Nǹkan tí ń bínú Koiki gbogbo ẹ ṣe wá dúdú bíi tìgbà tó wà Nàìjíríà. Ó ṣáà sí Nàìjíríà. Ó tún ṣọ́wó náà ni. Ẹ jẹ́ ṣọ́wó náà yẹn o. Ìgbà bá ní kẹ́ fún wa lówó nísìnyí fún wa lówó. Ìyàwó bá dé nísàn ní a máa top up iná. Ṣé màmá sọ fún ìyàwó mi pé Yorùbá nation fún mi lówó? Kò ní bàbá ìjẹ́ òdì lọ́wọ́ ọkọ̀ tó máa àbí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀fẹ́ kí màtí ìyàwó máa jà nínú ilé. Nígbà mo ní ẹ fún mi lówó. A sọ account number látẹ̀ nǹkan. Ẹ fún wa náírà, ẹ fún wa ní pounds, ẹ fún wa ní dollar. We can hear your voice, but you cannot see my face. Ojú mi dàbí òwìwí. Oh we, oh yo, oh we, oh yo, oh we. Ó yá máa tọ̀nà kù díẹ̀. But why tá bá ń prepare yẹn? Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ṣe láì fojú pa yín rẹ́. Má jẹ́ kéèyàn kankan tó wà láàbúrọ̀dì máa sọ fún ẹ pé òun bẹ́tà ẹ irọ́ ló pa. Sọ pé kóun náà wá gbé Nàìjíríà. Dánwò ló bì yóò kéré ẹ ń gbé Nàìjíríà ń gbìyànjú. Èmi náà gbé bẹ̀ for 6 months even though pé ẹ tọ́jú wa for 6 months yẹn. Àbọ̀rọ̀mọ̀ yẹn nísìn kò easy láti gbénu Nàìjíríà. Nàìjíríà ló difficult jù láti gbé lágbàáyé. Torí pé wàá gbọ́n ṣáà ni. Ẹ jẹ́ ká play intro mi. Ẹ bẹ̀ mí pé ẹ jẹ́ Koiki wọ́n náà play intro ẹ kó fi gbé sí wa létí. Ká wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí mú lẹ́yẹ kọ̀ọ̀kan ní méjì. Koikimedia easy àní brother mi tó wà l'Amẹ́ríkà yẹn á ní Koikimedia, we bringing the world closer to you. Àwọn grandma kan náà ti dá gbogbo ringtone yẹn mọ̀. Àní Koikimedia. Viking ni, we don't need to see your face. Ṣáà máa gbóhùn sókè, kóhùn ẹ̀ máa lọ tátátátátá. Ìyẹn la fẹ́ gbọ́. Irọ́ àwọn èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ rí ojú mi. Wọ́n ní ojú ni ọ̀rọ̀ wà. Ẹ gbóhùn sókè, mò ń bọ̀ mo ì tí ì dé.
Koikimedia, we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Ẹja jó díẹ̀.
Koikimedia. Koikimedia, we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Koikimedia, we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Àwọn tó lára àgbà yìí dá, àwa ló láṣà àti èdè. Odùduwà àwa gangan ni bàbá.
Ifá ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ayé lórí ẹ̀bẹ̀.
Koikimedia, Koikimedia, we bring the world closer to your doorstep. They never sabi wetin we carry for her, but we dey move close before dem go sabi. I said they never know
wetin we carry for body, but we dey move closer before dem go sabi.
Ọ̀kìn lọ lọ́jà ẹyẹ.
A sọ fún wọn ọ̀gbọ́.
Ẹyẹ tó torí kòtò bí i.
Òun náà wà ní last man standing. Àwa la máa rẹ́rìn ayọ̀.
Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa. Ká jùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè kojú.
Òun náà wà la máa rẹ́rìn ayọ̀.
Ọkọ̀ bá lè gbé wa.
Àwa la máa rẹ́rìn ayọ̀.
Ọmọ Odùduwà ṣe kiri. Ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ adúláwọ̀.
Àwa la ní síyá gbẹ̀yìn.
Ọdúnmọ̀ gbé ilẹ̀ ìlérí. Àwa lè gba ògo ilẹ̀ wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé. Ká lè gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni mọ̀lẹ̀ tí yóò tàn jáde.
Àwa ni mọ́lẹ̀.
Koikimedia,
Àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ.
ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tí wọ́n máa ní.
Owó fún mi. Ipò olówó lówó yẹn. Ipò ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú Òde. Ọmọ Yorùbá.
Kájé gbúgbà yìí jẹ. Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tí wọ́n máa ní.
Àwọn bàbá dáadáa.
À ń gbé sò lárugẹ.
À ń gbẹ́sẹ̀ lárugẹ.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tí wọ́n máa ní.
Yé bàbá mi John Ògúndélé.
Ẹ máa rí gbọ́. Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tí wọ́n máa ní.
Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ ni.
Ó ní kí n máa ké tantan.
Koikimedia.
Ọlọ́lágbájú mọ̀ mi o.
Máa bá ṣẹ̀ ẹ lọ. Ìyá mi jọ kẹ́kẹ́ gbádùn ẹ̀.
Nìyẹn ọmọ Yorùbá tata o.
Ìyàwó mi ò tí ì lè máa rí
Àgbàdo rẹ̀,
mo nílé.
ọmọ jẹ́gbẹ́ lẹ́rẹ̀ mi ṣẹ́yìn ló máa
Àwọn
fi
ọmọ ọdún àti lọ sókè.
ọbẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ o.
Yé
Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa ń
dé má dé má dé.
Ẹ̀yin
Ọmọ onígbò máa wọ̀ máa wọ̀ máa wọ̀ o. Igbó máa wọ̀ má lọ́wọ́ dúró yẹn.
lọ́wọ́ àjòjì
Tó bá wọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀,
àtẹ̀lẹ̀ ni.
wàá tẹ̀lé abọ́rọ́. Yẹmi fọ́nkú kí mo kí ẹ.
Ẹ̀yin lọ́ máa náwó.
Lóyún èmi ò mọ náírà ọ̀nà jẹ́ náírà. Dọ́là ni máa ná.
Owó náà dẹ́ tún pọ̀ sí o.
A máa ń ná báńkì òyìnbó tó dé.
Sáwa ni.
Àgbàdo wa gbé náírà lé wa lọ́wọ́. Ẹ náwó fún mi. Ẹ náwó fún mi.
Koikimedia, àwọn ní
Ẹ
bàbá.
náwó fún mi.
Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àdáńtọ́ àtúnpèrè.
Mo dáńtọ́. Wàhálà.
Àwọn ní bàbá.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ fún mi, mi gan mọ̀ pé mo dáńtọ́. Màá fún yín ní àwọn analysis. Wàá máa gbọ́ Nàìjíríà náà máa bí ẹ. Èmi kọ́ ni problem ẹ. Come back to Nigeria. Mò ń bọ̀, máa dúró dè mí, mo fẹ́ dé tán.
Là ń gbé tò lárugẹ jẹ́ ká jọgbọ́ o. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àtúnjà fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa, fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Ọmọ Òdùwà ni wá o, tọkàntọkàn.
Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá.
Ikú tó ṣe bí
Lórí ẹjọ́
lébè
òkú díẹ̀.
àdìmú bàbá yọ.
Ẹja jó.
Koikimedia, àwọn ní
Káwa máa mú wọlé díẹ̀ díẹ̀.
We bring you walk closer to your doorstep. Koikimedia,
Ẹja ń gbé kúrò àmì padà.
akẹgbẹ́ tó fẹ́ o tó ń kan gbogbo lára ni. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá.
Àdùn gbèrègbèdè. Má ṣe lè bàbá.
Rè ló fún wa ṣe.
Ìfẹ́ pa.
Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Gbogbo ayé
Mo
ẹ̀
ti lo
mọ̀,
táàgì.
àwa ní bọ́ o. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Ẹ máa bọ̀ wá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà yín wá. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Odùduwà alágbé dání, òtítọ́ lágbé dání. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. A kì í sọ̀dálẹ̀, a kì í sọdí kẹta.
Àwọn ṣọ̀dàlẹ̀.
Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá.
Àwọn bíi ti ọmọ bá ní mí náà.
Koikimedia,
Mo kí àná ẹgbẹ́ mi bẹ̀, mo kó jọ mẹ́ta.
Koikimedia, we bring you one closer to your doorstep. Àwọn ní bàbá.
Koikimedia is around to give us latest.
Is around
To give us latest. Ladies and gentlemen, ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó pọ̀jù owó.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó pọ̀jù owó.
Koikimedia is around.
To give us
Koikimedia
Mr. Adebayo Kiki Emmanuel, wọ́n ní Koiki, we stand with CSI. Ibi tó bá ń lọ làwa dúró sí, má jẹ́ kíyàn kankan tún bẹ̀ sàn kankan Koiki. Àwa tí Yorùbá Nation Youth ní Italy kò ní bàjẹ́ fún yín láéláé. À ń gbé tọ̀ọ̀bọ̀, Ìgbòho máa wá sí UK, wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ lé lórí. Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà ti wọlé, tó bá dé máa ń fún wa lówó ni. Àwọn tó kò fún wa lówó, fún wa ní pounds. Bá fún wa náírà, àwọn tó wà nílé náà ló máa lò. Èmi náà kọ́ yọ díẹ̀. Ibi tí wọ́n bá ti ń ṣe ènìyàn ti ń jẹ. Now, on a serious note, mo kẹ́hìn tẹ́tí darapọ̀ mọ́ wa, and let's welcome back. I have the strength. Ìfanimọ́lẹ̀ ayé ní most of the politicians, I'll be reading a lot of the comments, but mo fẹ́ kẹ́yìn náà bá mi dá sọ̀rọ̀ tìrọ̀lẹ́ yìí. Èyí tẹ́ ẹ̀ báyìí tí gbọ́ bí tí President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because the president, let's give him the accolades. GCFR, CON, the Jagaban. The Jagaban. Ó bá àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá. Mo wá fẹ́ pé ká kọ́kọ́ gbọ́ ohun tó sọ, àbẹ́yìn ti gbọ́, kẹ́ lè bá mi dá sí. Koiki oníka dá sí òfin wa nọ́mbà. Mo wá bẹ̀ wá. Ṣé mọ̀ pé lórí ètò tiwa oríṣiríṣi ètò ló máa ń ṣe. Ibi tá bá ní ká lọ directed, kò ń ṣe pé torí mo fẹ́ restricting síbẹ̀ yẹn. I just don't want us to be contradicting a lot of things. There's a lot of shenanigans happening, especially gbogbo movie tá ti rí, movie ni. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́ àṣẹ pé àwa ń wo movie ni. Ẹ má ká wá distract wa. But mo fẹ́ ka Ifá ìmọ́lẹ̀ ayé ní Koiki ò ka comment ní síta káwọn èèyàn lè gbọ́ sétí. Most of the politicians will regret their actions against indigenous people of Oduduwa people for keeping them in the British company for Nigeria. Silver Badmus, only mo gbé fún ẹ tán bá mi. Like I always say, I am not the most eloquent, but I am playing my part. Ó ní mo ṣe jẹ́ yán tán ni ìyàwó mi ló máa ro, èmi ò lè dá ro. Ìyàn kẹ̀ èmi àwa dá ro, ó máa ní kókó ni. Èyí tí mo jẹ náà bí oúnjẹ òyìnbó ni. Bó ṣàgbé ó gbékùn dúró. Tí bá sọ tí mo jẹ nísẹ̀ ní understand it. Ta ló mọ tán pè ní salami? Kò ń ṣorúkọ salami ti bíbá yìí. Ó ní nǹkan kan tán máa ń pè ní salami. Tó máa ń lọ tọ̀ìtọ̀ì. Àwa ara ẹ mọ̀ káwọn lè má jata. Wọ́n lè na ata púpọ̀ náà dá lára. Oríṣiríṣi kọ́lọ̀ kó ṣàṣàánú wa. Gbogbo ẹ̀ láṣà ń jẹ. Pé lóyìnbó. So gbogbo ń tẹ̀rí yẹn movie ni o. James Bond. Mo rántí Spy Who Loved Me. Ta ló ti wo movie yẹn? The Spy Who Loved Me. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin grammar kan wà. Ẹ má ẹ̀kọ́ distract yín. Tí débi tá ń lọ, but we will get there. Wọ́n ní ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ àdọ́yọ̀ ariwo ẹ̀ ló máa pọ̀. Òun lọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin jẹ́ káwa máa hámẹ̀ lójú kan yẹn gbàs. Mo kí bàbá mi Rafiu Ahmed. Wọ́n ní Mr. Koiki, ayé yín kò ní bàjẹ́ pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run, ẹ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun. Àwọn àdúrà ńláńlá tíyàn gbọ́dọ̀ ṣàmì lélẹ̀. Because àwọn kan fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ayé tí wọ́n bàjẹ́ lọ́ ṣe kó wa sínú ìgò. Understand ìgò. Ẹ mọ̀ pé tó bá kóyàn sínú kankan tí omi ṣe wà báyìí nísìn. Ṣe rí pé kò dà síta àfi tó bá ti ní hair nínú. Àwa fẹ́ kúrò nínú ìgò yẹn torí pé kí ayé wa lè dáa. So that at least we can live the life to the fullest kó tó di pọ́ lọ́jọ́ máa dé. But àwa ń bẹ Ọlọ́run pé gbogbo àwọn arúgbó tó wà lọ́wọ́ wa ẹ pẹ́ fún wa. James Bond, The Spy Who Loved Me. Gbogbo tẹ́ ń wò láti last week tó fẹ́ pé 1 week nísìn. Movie ni o. Èmi ò ní fi gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ sílẹ̀ but movie lẹ́ ń wò. Movie gidi. Bí yàn bá dẹ̀ wo movie ń bẹ́ àmì bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n máa pé ọmọ that film sweet o. But swim ti léyìí ó ní kan má lára. But ibẹ̀ kọ́ là ń lọ nísìn. Mo fẹ́ play Koiki start gbogbo platform kí ló ń ṣèwọ́ bọ̀ yìí. Àwọn kan máa miss nísìn. Wọ́n á ní Koiki go live. Àkókò má bà tó ń go live. Ìwọ náà ló sọ pé òun padà bọ̀. Ṣé mo ti wà dé ni? Mo ní mò ń padà bọ̀. Ìyẹn mo ṣe ń give you time. Let's come back to the conversation. Mo fẹ́ ká gbọ́ ohùn President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Àkọlé tètò tìrọ̀lẹ́ yìí òun ni mo pè ní Bola Tinubu, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Afenifere, the social cultural group of Yoruba land. Mr. Moses Olabisi, I have missed you so much. I've been looking for you. YouTube àti gbogbo wọn máa ń ṣe gbogbo ìkíní yẹn. I have 500,000 followers on Facebook. What makes sure we what tune it down to the barest minimum? Tí olóyè bá jókòó síbi àìnísìn, life for Facebook, ó máa go spiral. But for whatever reason, people don't want, it's not that they don't want to see what I'm saying, but Facebook just refuse. Well, ṣé mo pé Facebook sọ fún mi automatically, àwọn ò ní monetize the page mi. Only because mo ti contradict, oríṣiríṣi òyìnbó, mo ti contravene their community standard. Tí bá post the newspaper, Facebook máa sọ fún mi pé àwọn ti yọ, wọ́n ní mo spam page àwọn, mo ní no problem. Ṣé mo fihàn báyìí, wọ́n ní tọ́wọ́ èèyàn báyìí ti tẹ̀kúdà, má béèrè ikú tó pa bàbá ẹ̀, òun lọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n. So let us just manage it. At least we still get some traction from Facebook. But the problem is, there is a lot of work that needs to be done to get us to the final destination. One of that effort is to first and foremost say it the way it is. That then, okay, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ video yìí, kan request ẹ̀. If you are not on my status, you are missing a lot. There are so many things I post on my status that some of you will like, Koiki, mo ti máa ń rí gbogbo àwọn kinní tó ń post. Some of them are old, but some of them are current. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ tí bàbá yìí sọ. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́ gbọ́.
I have nothing new to say.
Okay, I think it's always good to send it to the one that has a speaker. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n send it lọ síbẹ̀. But mo fẹ́ ká gbọ́ ntí Jagaban. The Jagaban. So which one do we need to start? We have Twitter, we have Instagram. Should we start? Twitter not need the same thing with space. Okay, people sometimes they can start in Koikimedia. I'm hey. Lekki, this beautiful home. Here's a 5-bedroom detached home with large ensuite bedroom, fully fitted kitchen, spacious swimming pool at the back, enough parking space. Please come and take a tour. Eloni. How many people can afford it? How can Yoruba people live in Yoruba land and they cannot afford to live a better housing accommodation? I'm telling you, ilé wọn ní UK, but subject to the standard. So tibani ilé wọn, I can't compare it to Nigeria because the economy, the everything, financial advice, I did by Bishop Additional. But living in UK is not cheap. But if you can calm down, okay, I'm not to Johnny Ba, ni Tom Jones, just some few. Ó dà pé ká tó ṣọdún. Gba àwọn náà tó máa ń jó yẹn àǹjọ̀nú ni kọ́lọ́n kó ṣàánú wa. So, ẹ jẹ́ ká play video yẹn àti wá sí bíbá. Ẹ jẹ́ nǹkan data mi. Okay, we're on. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí. It's better to start early. At least ìyàwó mi ṣe ní bí tó bá máa dé nísìn mo gbọ́dọ̀ fún ní space. But for now she's not back. So èmi mo ní so ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́n tí bàbá yìí sọ.
I have nothing new to say.
Okay.
People are hungry.
Let them die.
Baba you burú. When people are hungry, only let them die. Ìmọ̀rẹ́ o, bí a ṣe yèyé dára. Let them die kẹ̀. Àwọn ò fẹ́ ikú fún yàn kankan. Nobody will die. But arákùnrin Stephen Olami sọ pé Mr. Koiki ẹ̀rí comment mi ni wọ́n ní movie Afọlábí part 1 ní gbogbo síyá tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Movie ni. Mo sọ fún yín pé àwa la ní síyá àgbẹ̀yìn. But ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ̀ra dé mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. That's all I will say. But ẹ ká kọ̀ remain focused. Keep your eyes on the ball. Ibi tí ball yẹn bá ń lọ ní kó tẹ̀lé. Because ṣe rí gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀ tó ń lọ Nàìjíríà nísìn. Mo ṣe send video kan sí olóyè nísìn. Ní state kan ní Plateau State. Òun lórí àdó channels ní bíbáyìí. Plateau State government condemns fresh killing as student protest over attack. The students of Plateau State University, Bokos, went on protest following the death of a 200-level computer science student of the institution who was residing in Chinkan. I'm sure terrorists don't matter. According to the State Commissioner for Information and Communication, Musa, the killing which prompted protest by students was saddening, People just in their sleep lose their lives. So we are using the opportunity to call on security agency, he said. Kí ló fa ikú yẹn? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan? Kí ló dé tó ṣe ń protest? Plateau State is gone. Indigenous people there have been killed. Real Yoruba, some of our own people believe this terrorist country more than their father and mother. They blame one, the real Yoruba. Ibi tó bá bíyàn sí, ẹ mọ̀ pé church sọ fún wa pé love your country. Mọ́ṣáláṣí sọ fún wa pé love your country. So it will be difficult. Ẹ mọ̀ pé what we are doing now is like we are trying to convince our people to say, oh, Nigeria is not a country anymore. Let us move away from it. And they are saying, Koiki, oh, ǹjẹ́ normal. Koiki, ìwà àti Igboho, ǹjẹ́ normal. Because Nigeria is a country. So, ibo lẹ́yìn ti rí pé Nigeria is not a country. So, it's a challenge for us now to be able to prove it. But ẹ jẹ́ agbọ́n tí bàbá yìí sọ lẹ́ǹkan sí. Ká tó di pa máa open phone line. Ó yá, gbóhùn sókè, alàgbà.
I have nothing new to say.
Okay.
People are hungry.
Let them die. It's their fault. Yeah, I'm supporting TINUBU 100%.
You're supporting TINUBU.
100% to deal with Nigerians.
Bàbá ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Only people are hungry. Only let them die. Àwọn èèyàn ti bínú lé. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bobby, mo rí lórí ètò lẹ́nìí. Ẹ wá tún wá ju 5 pound wọlé pé kí n lè bá mọ̀ pé Koiki èmi náà wà níbí. Ọmọ kémi náà náà. Ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn program wọn yẹn. Mo wà lọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ sí mi ní ìjọ́ mo lọ kí mọ̀ sí náà. Mo wà lọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ sí ní last week. Àwa ń wo bí analysis ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn. Ẹ má rò pé mi gbọ́ èdè dáadáa. Ẹ lọ gbọ́ Bobby. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bobby ló ń jẹ́ lórí YouTube. Analysis wọn bad gan. And we are grateful that more people is needed láti bá wa gbóhùn sókè. A máa condemn, a máa criticize the government, but a máa negotiate. Àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ jẹ́ ká negotiate pẹ̀lú Tinubu ló ṣe ní àǹbá Tinubu. Báà ni mo ti gbowó lọ́wọ́ Tinubu. A máa negotiate pẹ̀lú present administration. Ṣé kò ń ṣe ọmọ president ni ó wà ń bẹ̀ ni àbí president rather? Nígbà tí Buhari wà ń bẹ̀ ṣáà negotiate. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bobby, ẹ tún wọlé, ẹ tún fún wa lówó. Kò ní tán níbẹ̀. Torí owó yẹn mo mọ̀ pé kò sí. But we are grateful. Gbogbo ń ta bá ní pátá ọmọ Yorùbá ní knowledge ní brain. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bobby ti bínú tán ó tún yọ 10 euros sí pé Koiki ojú wọn náà jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. And I'm very grateful. I might not comment watching you, but I watch you very deep. Analysis èmi náà máa ń jókòó máa farabalẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn medias wa pátá ni máa farabalẹ̀ wo program yìí. Máa lọ because a gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́gbọ́n láàrin ara wa. So mo kí n lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí brother mi and welcome to the program. Mo wá kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé, mo máa ń sọ fún yín, ẹ má feel pé ẹ ti wà neglected. Nàìjíríà ló kó bá gbogbo wa. Tí mo sí mi ò bá mú ẹ̀mí náà kúrò Nàìjíríà. Ó lè máa tagbó. Ó lè máa ṣe yahoo. Ó lè máa ṣe ritual. Kí mo sí mi dẹ́ máa bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ ìyá ìgbó bó ṣe ń ṣe lọ. Ìbọn mo ní kó mú wá London mú mi wá. So where we are today is not our fault. Mo fẹ́ ká blame ìṣẹ̀dá wa orí wa pé Koiki owó náà bó ṣe fresh. Ibi tẹ́mi wá ẹ̀ mọ̀ fresh. Don't blame yourself. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ blame àwọn òyìnbó olórí burúkú. Kò wá ń ṣe gbogbo àwọn òyìnbó. Àwọn citizens wọn tẹ́ bá wọn pàdé. Especially tó bá gbọ́ nípa Africa dáadáa. Wọ́n máa bínú gidi ni pé ìkà táwọn bàbá wọn ṣe fún wa ó ti pọ̀ jù. And I'm not making this up. I've been to the slave museum. Mo sunkún síta bọ̀ mo sunkún sínú ilé pé kí ló dé? So mo bẹ̀ wá, mo rọ̀ wá. Wọ́n ní Koiki ọ̀gá wa. Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè lọ̀gá. Àwa ń gbìyànjú ni. Èmi fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn move jù mí lọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá yìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ máa ráyè pé wọlé, bọ̀ mo fẹ́ kákọ̀ gbọ́n tí arákùnrin sọ. Ó ní wọ́n bí pé people are hungry. Ẹ̀gbọ́n tó sọ, èmi kọ́ mo sọ o, èmi mo sọ, ẹ̀jẹ̀ àgbọ̀n tó sọ.
I have nothing new to say.
People are hungry.
Let them die. It's their fault. Yeah, I'm supporting TINUBU 100%.
You're supporting TINUBU.
100% to deal with Nigerians. people like you, so that when next election comes, I will now see whether when people bring money, you will vote for them, or you will do your conscience.
Shawari, that whether when election comes, when we say to our people that election cannot resolve our problems, but our Western world, country like Malta to pay 600,000, only go and vote. Is your Koiki is our fundamental right to vote. Money bear name, only fundamental right to vote, but you only make any effort is as useless as tissue paper. But Eyaka Logbon TINUBU so torí orí yẹn mo fẹ́ ká bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. This is my 1 2 3 mo kí yín. TINUBU yẹn mo fẹ́ ká gbọ́. TINUBU bá àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re sọ̀rọ̀. Kí ni discussion tó sọ ní Aso Rock? Mo like bí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ṣe ń násẹ̀ sí Aso Rock because TINUBU lele máa ṣó ẹ̀ fún yín. Mo ṣe pause ẹ̀ ni. I love the way I am seeing Yoruba people visiting Aso Rock. It is in our interest. Brother Koiki, I have not seen you on the last 2 weeks. Let me mean, go to 2 weeks. Agbalagba de paro. Èmi tí mo ṣe program níjọ́ Saturday, breaking news. But I took some days off because remember miss. I just out. But the about 2 hours here, my time. Biru Bobby, must be Yedara, Bobo Malowo on programs one. Matualowo international news. So yes, I've been awake for a couple of days, but I am here. But we are never away on Koikimedia platform. Every day, dedicated team are working hard to project our news to the world. But in terms of life, yes, I was off for a couple of days. President Bola TINUBU, whether the Igbo say is a drug dealer, is a this, that is not the issue. And is a certificate forger, that is not the issue. The issue is that Afenifere Soro, I am excited to see Afenifere visiting Aso Rock on the platter of gold. TINUBU ló wà níbẹ̀. Àṣẹ tó bá pa ni ó gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, and that is why we are saying that ṣó máa pàṣẹ délẹ̀ àbí ó sì máa continue with the project Nigeria. If they like, let them condemn TINUBU. Ọmọ Yorùbá ni, mo kí olórí Àjàyí, mo kí olórí Èkó. Ẹ máa ká fi kíkí yẹn ká fi slow program yẹn down. I would appreciate every single one of you. My question is, Afenifere Bola TINUBU, Yoruba Nation campaigner under leadership of Professor Adebanjo Akintoye. Tani, mo kí àwọn nurse sisters wa. Nurse man gbowó nílùú yìí, but iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe iṣẹ́ dúró ni 14 hours on the shift. May the Lord be with all our mothers around the world that are working in the medical field. Those in Nigeria are not being paid well. Let's listen to these. Then we open the phone line. I'll give you the numbers. You will call in on the WhatsApp. But let's just remain on the same conversation, okay? Gbogbo movie to lọ yẹn, ẹ má drag yẹn wá síbí báyìí. Every platform has what they discuss. And I want you to be part of this. It's an interactive platform. Not that I want to control you from not speaking. Koiki jẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí wọn. Ẹ má ẹ̀ka. It means nothing anymore. Wọ́n ní ọmọ tó yìí ò gbọ́n. Ẹ mọ̀ pé Yorùbá tèmi ìgẹ́ta síbi mo ti fi jẹ McDonald's tó pọ̀. Ọmọ tó yìí ò gbọ́n lọ́rọ̀ yẹn. We told them. They refused. It's fine. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní dánwò ló bí iyọ̀ kẹrẹ́. But yín ò tí ì ṣe nǹkan kan. Àìsí ṣe because àìtí lè ṣe nǹkan kan because a ṣe negotiate, a dẹ̀ ṣe consult, a dẹ̀ ṣe dialogue. Ṣé jẹ́ ká fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Okay? But jẹ́ ká focus lórí Jagaban. Ẹ jẹ́ ń yọ in case táwọn Yorùbá fẹ́ máa lọ pè. A lè yọ Wi-Fi kúrò. Wi-Fi ni máa fi gbọ́ Koiki kí ló rò pé ó ń ṣe kẹ̀. Oya, ẹ agbọ́n tí Jagaban sọ. Jagaban. President Bola Ahmed TINUBU. Oya, ẹ jẹ́ ìwọ́dà. Gbóhùn sókè Bola TINUBU. I'm not using the full laptop, so I'm using the phone. Mo fẹ́ kó wá ní kílódé tí kò lọ ní lásìkò. Ẹ jẹ́ ká manage báyìí.
Security of lives and property.
I beg us, Nisuru Jagaban, it's 10 minutes. I will not interrupt it. But get a pen and paper and take note of some of what he's saying. Or, so that Tebaba pe wole Mukiyawa Iyola Adedoyin. What I'm saying, ọkùnrin ni pé ẹ kì í ṣobìnrin. Mo mọ̀ wá bí ṣe mix it up. I think you told me that day. Koiki ọkùnrin ni mo ń ṣobìnrin o. So, mo fẹ́ ká listen sí ọ̀rọ̀ Jagaban. Sherry, the way tá máa fi mọ̀ bóyá inti Tinubu máa ṣe, bóyá ó tún máa yàtọ̀ lẹ́yìn, ẹ mọ̀ pé òun náà tó bá ní nǹkan kan tó fẹ́ ṣe, you don't expect Tinubu to come and address Nigeria with Afenifere and say, we are going to break Nigeria up. Tí Sultan of Sokoto wà ní Sokoto, wọ́n máa bínú. Tinubu, is it because fashion ought to come and visit you now, so you break Nigeria? Don't expect that. But in every message, it can be decoded. Èmi ò mọ̀ tó sọ, mo wá fẹ́ gba wọ́n ní ọgbọ́n ọlọ́gbọ́n la fi ṣọgbọ́n, mo fẹ́ kẹ́yìn wá fèmí ní ọgbọ́n tí yín nírọ̀lẹ́ tàbá ti gbọ́ tán kẹ́ bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí pé Koiki tèmi gbọ́ tí Tinubu sọ yìí báyìí ló ṣe rí, báyìí kọ́ ló ṣe rí, ìwọ gan ṣe sùúrù, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ bá mi sọ lé lórí. Okay, do we agree on that? Mr. Tunde Daudu Muki, let's listen to Pauline, honey, God bless you, Mr. Koiki, for the good job. I am just playing my role. Muki Awajoke Bodoni, Muki Momsi Milan Konse. Let's listen to it.
That is very, very necessary, very, very necessary for development and good results. And we have been battling that. I can tell you this afternoon that we are achieving success. There's improvement. From hosting flags on the Nigerian properties and sovereignty, we have degraded terrorism to a level that they could not threaten the sovereignty of this country any longer. Well, it is always hard to defeat economic opportunity that might open up in this type of challenges, particularly when the country is equally challenged economically. So the banditry, kidnapping that they've resorted into will also be defeated. I declined any ransom method, no payment of ransom whatsoever. We are taking the battle to them, and we are getting results more rapidly than ever before. The case of Kuriga and many other kidnapped children is evident in the way we rescue them from Sokoto to Katsina to Kaduna and others, now more expeditiously than ever before. We are working hard on intelligent gathering and execution of our programs. Those that might thought they can threaten the sovereignty of this country will have themselves to blame. They have a price to pay. And we are not going to relent in that area. We have the solid mineral that is attracted a lot of insecurity, scavenging, and others. Then we have special forces that is facing that now. We will have an effective forest guards that will be, fully in control of our forests in the country. But first of all, we must tackle the desperation of our youths, particularly the young ones, by following a cardinal program that brings relief to the parents of our future leaders. That's making the education as a tool and a strong weapon against poverty. To do that, we have to invest in the future of our youths. That is why the key point, I'm glad you are alive, Papa. One of historical thing you did in politics with Chief Obafemi was invest seriously in education. And we've seen a problem that parents are facing in paying the tuition fee of their wards. Therefore, we have established student loan. Even though there might be free education in some areas and, but to nationally fund education while we are going on, means of transportation, accommodation, tuition, and all of that could be problems to people withdrawing from the higher institution. And we established.
We've listened to
student loan now.
Just about almost close to 8 minutes. I know you've picked one or few points from what President TINUBU said with the Afeniferes. We will come back again to that video in about a few minutes. I appreciate you as you're joining. Just thumbs up. I won't ask you to give me money, but thumbs up, like the program. And I say good evening, good morning, because where time zone is different. Vikings say, let's see all what happened from the DRY as I'm watching the last episode of the season movie. Olalekan Job is watching me on Yoruba Nation, Afonja TV. One of our mother there, Yawa Nikki, Decency, say, God bless you, Mr. Koiki, with a lot of microphone. Wasil Tiamiu, Enijobi Tosin says, I greet you here, Mr. Koiki. Your program was so educative. I have learned a lot of things. Yoruba Nation no going by Mr. Kendi, they hear me, Mokibubu Alenkonse. Let's complete the final part, right? Let's listen to the final part. It won't cost us much time. Then, Agbontiba Badebanjo no so. Then, there tabari video, Professor Debanja Kitoye, just to click it in, then I'll open the phone line. So all this should be probably about 10 minutes. Then we will open the phone line so that you have ample of time to respond to what you've listened to from all the three sides.
Tell you it's taken off and taken off well. Seriously. To equally follow the path of social welfare, we are equally a human what to do with high degree of unemployment. When we cannot use any other method, we must help vulnerable families who have children unemployed. And how do we do that? But enlist them from NYC up and pay some living allowances to them called unemployment compensation. We are equally looking at how we stimulate the market, the purchasing power of people, and as well at the same time fight corruption. Why, before we got here, you have a former accountant general, they discovered billions in his account. And tinkering with various payment schemes and others. In fact, contractors being exploited, vouchers being altered. We have taken action, and you will soon hear.
All these that this president is doing, remember that he only has the control for 4 years plus Tobatuno another 4 years. So as much as, even if all these are great plans, he will not be able to sustain them after he exits the presidency. I'm sure we all agree on that. So all this great plan, I'm going to curb corruption, I'm going to do this and do that. Mr. Temitope Daniel, thank you so much. Babami Steve, God bless you. And Mr. Adeshope Gaski, if you're watching me from the northern part of Nigeria, we don't have anything against you. Look, we love you so much. You are all better off to also have your own independent country. Pele 1490 said, all these criminals in power getting the youth ready for their children. All these that Bola TINUBU is saying, the president, is only while he's in office, okay? Am I right to say that? That is only while he's in office. The moment he leaves office, he will not be able to have that same narrative. So where is all those plans Osibajo was telling us? Remember, Osibajo was very eloquent, well read. A lawyer, senior advocate of Nigeria, well read. But plans Osibajo yen níbo ló wà lẹ́ni. Remember, Osibajo was having all this meeting, economic meeting, Kinikon meeting. What is the end of it? No. All right, let's put it this way. Between Osibajo and Bola TINUBU, in terms of capacity, education, Babamikunle Shita Mosaiti, D-Fem 007 so all his plan is just for 8 years and everything will go back to zero. Where is Osibajo's plan? Babami Dayo so awala ni siyagbeyin. It would not be nice. Tabani Koiki will not play the last part. The last part.
Funding of consumer credit.
Yeah, consumer credit. Okay.
If you eliminate the cash requirement to buy a car, to even buy a motorcycle.
Let me even start
eliminate the demand for cash to even furnish a house, or to look for cash to get a house myself, even if it's a shared house.
Sometimes I get lost. Shared house, Kinikon house, ko ye mi gbogbo tó ń sọ. Mr. Segun Rokusu sọ pé láti Badagry Koiki, ṣé bàbá yóò mọ̀ pé tóun bá ṣe tán, gbogbo tó ń sọ yìí máa kúrò níbẹ̀. This man, after he leaves office, the gains made by Abbott would ìbò yẹn ó ti pọ̀ jù ẹ ti yọ kúrò kí ló tẹ ṣe yọ ẹ jẹ́ nǹkan délẹ̀ ẹ má yọ comment ẹ jẹ́ nǹkan comment ẹ má dà mí lórí rú. Ọmọlé Christopher ni we will continue all these good plans you have on ground where you leave the government. Bàbá mi Táíwò Bánú sọ ní Koiki ò ka comment mi. President Tinubu should let my people go now, give autonomy to the regions. Now waiting for another 4 years may be too dangerous. I can't read the comment on the Twitter. Simple Rahim, are you with me? Tinubu náà ní plans, great plans for Afenifere. Koiki ìwọ náà já gbọ́ the last tán. Má ṣe ojúṣe jẹ́ ká gbọ́ tán délẹ̀. Bàbá ló ń sọ̀rọ̀. Ó yá bàbá. Wọ́n tó ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni òye mi ni.
Credit to control that. You will reduce the propensity for fraud and irregularity.
Ìyá mi ẹni máa fún mi ní kankan tí fún mi ṣé n tún resend ni mo mọ̀ kẹ́ gbàgbé iṣẹ́ pọ̀ ẹ̀rẹ̀ bá ń tọ́jú Ọlákúnlé nísàlẹ̀ lọ́hùn ọlọ́ọ̀bẹ Elédùmarè bá wọn pẹ̀lú yín àwọn tó ń ṣe 14 hours lórí shift nìyẹn. Yorùbá gba yìí sọ pé Koiki Tinubu will not let Nigeria go but ó náà fẹ́ Tinubu say he wants to fix he won't fix Nigeria to the extent that whoever is coming again will not be able to do anything. Is it possible? Mr. Adewale, I'm sure the man will free Yoruba in the second term. Wow, I love when people have this positive energy. And I'm not making this up. I am happy that we have people that say, Koiki, gbogbo ariwo tẹ́ ń pa Tinubu náà ló ṣe máa pín Nàìjíríà, ìyẹn lèmi like. Tó bá pín Nàìjíríà, ìgbà mélòó, a máa praise ẹ̀. So, Baba mi Adewale, ẹ má bú wọn. He has the right to say that Tinubu, only Koiki, I am sure that Tinubu will set Yoruba free in second term. So kò gbọ́dọ̀ expect kó wá sọ pé ká pín Nàìjíríà nígbà tó ń bá àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re sọ̀rọ̀. Bàbá mi Mo Olúdáre JP later mo ṣe mọ̀ pé àwọn tó bá lọ Jerusalem lọ máa ń pè ní JP. Ẹ má lọ Jerusalem ṣe má bínú ogun ń lọ níbẹ̀ yẹn o Iran àti Israel ẹja dúró síbi tá a wà o. Wọ́n ní Koiki, please can you add 8 years to Tinubu age and ask what he's looking for again. Ẹ má ká ṣe yẹn Ọbásanjọ́ gan ṣì fìtì Ọbásanjọ́ ṣì ń gbá football. TJ ní maybe he has planned to be the last president of Nigeria. I don't know. Mo dẹ̀ sí lọ́dọ̀ Elédùmarè tó máa sọ yẹn fún mi. Ọlákúnlé ní we will continue that fixing after 4 years. But àwọn kan ti sọ pé Tinubu máa pín Nàìjíríà fún wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ the last part. In tó kàn sọ́bẹ̀ ni kò yé mi. Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ lé kíní kan.
So it's a dual
òyìnbó yẹn ti pọ̀
carriage
jù.
fight.
Dual carriage fight.
And we are about to move on that scheme.
Okay.
And I promise you, our focus is that.
All right.
And we will not.
Àti gbọ́n kan tẹ sọ president wa. Ìfagbémilékè Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà ń kí yín ìyàn kan tẹ̀ ń béèrè pé Koiki àwọn rí àbí Ifá ti tẹ̀lé àwọn mo ní ẹ má ẹgbẹ́nu sàn wọ́n náà wọ́n rí Fágbémilékè lórí program wa mọ́ kódà ẹ má ní mo sọ ẹ fẹ́ gbà ṣeré ìta láìkì náà nìyẹn ó yá Koiki sọ fún wa Yorùbá people ẹ wá fẹ́ gbà ṣeré lè máa lọ tẹ́ntẹ́ òun náà wà ṣeré lọ́wọ́ ní bíbá analysis bá ṣe máa lọ làwa máa ń sọ ní bíbá Bishop Adesina ni how would he do the cashless plan? Koiki bá Tinubu sọ̀rọ̀ without private transportation on cash no ticket or POS. Barije ni Tinubu will set Yoruba free. I believe that. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń pín nìkan má bàa ní ẹ̀yin ọmọ Tinubu ẹ wọlé torí gbogbo wa náà láti jọ rí pé bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ yìí. Wọ́n ní Koiki má máa sọ pé Tinubu ò lè ṣe ìwọ sọ pé kọ́ba Elédùmarè kó sí nínú kó ṣe mo ní Silver Badmus ní all those lies I don't believe in those words. Ọ̀dà àti gbọ́ ti Jagaban ní 7:02 time pọ́nà lájọ wà ní Nàìjíríà UK nìkan ló máa ń yí ọwọ́ aago sẹ́yìn ẹ jẹ́ ká wá lọ gbọ́ bàbá Adébánjọ àwa fi ti bàbá Akíntóyè àfi ṣe gbẹ̀yìn bàbá ẹ̀mọ̀ pé bàbá gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe ó yẹ yín ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́n tí bàbá Adébánjọ sọ lórí Arise television bàbá yẹn náà fohùn sílẹ̀ ó náwó mọ̀ nípa táwọn tó ń ṣe Yorùbá nation yẹn o but kò ń ṣe Yorùbá nation tiwa lọ́sọ̀ o torí ó yàtọ̀ síra wọn o ẹ jẹ́ agbọ́n tí bàbá Adébánjọ sọ kọ́lọ́n jẹ́ kó wá play ní bíbá torí fóònù yóò ní Twitter ìyá wa kan ló fún mi fóònù yẹn tí bá là mọ́lẹ̀ ó sì ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ ó dàbí àwọn rugged phone ó yá ẹ jẹ́ agbọ́n tí bàbá Adébánjọ sọ ó ń load lọ́wọ́ ó ń load lọ́wọ́ ẹ bá wa comment. Ó yá, ẹ jẹ́ àgbọn tí bàbá Adébánjọ sọ. Ó yá, ẹgbọ́n sókè bàbá. Àgbà ní adalẹ́ at 95. Ó yá, kí lẹ sọ bàbá?
Point clear. And you press people must help us to make things clear.
A fẹ́ rojú yín bàbá. Ojú yín ò jáde. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá fẹ́ rojú dádì. Mo rí bàbá yẹn. Kóìkì, ẹkùn Kóìkì. Kọ́lọ̀ fọ́run kẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Yínká Odùmákin.
Don't confuse genuine organization with people who want to make a name. The Yorubas have never been connected.
Voice yẹn nìkan la máa gbọ́ for now because video jáde. I don't know why. Because mo ní Twitter or X lórí fóònù yìí. So mo ń gbé látòrí Facebook ni ìyẹn ló ṣe ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. But a máa gbọ́hùn yẹn ẹni sọ̀rọ̀. Ó yá, start. Ó ti load. He's also a leader of the Afenifere, but the other section of Afenifere. Wọ́n ti pín sí méjì. Ó yá, ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè bàbá.
Organization with people who want to make a name.
Okay.
The Yorubas have never been connected with separation in Nigeria.
Okay.
If anything, she found out led the Yorubas to keep Nigeria together. And personally, I was in Bonu in 1979 campaigning for the UPN for Nigeria unity.
Okay.
The question of separation never arose in our program. The question of separation people are mixing up, particularly with Igboho and Professor Akintoye, is when they refuse to reconstruct Nigeria.
Okay, reconstruct.
Our own position is not for separation. Our own position is that the constitution we are having now is not our constitution.
Okay.
That is the our position which we are campaigning.
Okay.
It is the military that has brought it together.
Okay.
It is the military that is imposing on all that we are complaining about in this constitution.
Okay.
It was not made by our founding fathers. They were made by the imposed military constitution.
Okay.
That is why we say it must be changed. Any amendment, anything is just palliative. It will not work.
Okay.
You cannot keep a nation of Nigeria with several nations, several languages, several cultures, several religions under a unity form of government. That is our stand.
Okay.
And that is the condition that we were brought together by colonialists in 1914.
Amalgamation.
And we are carrying on.
Okay.
And we agreed at Lancaster House in 1954 to stay together under certain conditions.
Which condition?
Which we agreed to.
Okay.
And we are carrying on
until
1966 when the military came over. So don't confuse us with those who want to make a name. We are not interested in that at all. What we are saying is change the constitution now to a constitution agreed to by all the stakeholders in the country.
Okay.
The Yoruba, the Igbos, all the 18 nationalities.
250.
We must agree to live together.
Okay.
And how to live together.
How to live together.
We cannot agree on the constitution imposed by a section of the country. We must make that distinction. Don't confuse us with those who want to make a name or shouting Yoruba nation for relevance. We are not there.
We're not there.
What we are there is the constitution under which we are brought together will be in operation.
Okay.
And that constitution recognizes regional autonomy by all the sections of the country.
Okay.
All we are saying is, if the military is going back to the barracks,
go back to the barracks. Okay.
Let them go back to the barracks with their constitution imposed on us.
Okay.
And return us back to where they met us.
Thank you, Baba.
If they are not going to do that, let us sit down and make a new constitution. Agreed to by all the stakeholders in the country.
Okay.
I think I'm clear.
That's clear.
Why should we say we should come together and agree on the constitution?
Okay.
Why should that be a problem in the climate agenda? Don't confuse us with agree to the form of government want to separate.
Okay.
And they talk about the question of Nigeria unity is not
It's not negotiable. Are you sure, Baba?
That is another nonsense. There's nothing more negotiable than the unity of Nigeria. We must agree to live together. You can't impose unity on the diverse nation like Nigeria. You must make that distinction.
Chief Adebanjo.
Make the distinction between intelligent opposition.
All right. Odimeji, that is the leader of the Afenifere. I picked some comments. Olakunle, where are all these Baba when Shetima say restructure my foot? The Boko Haram. Let's appreciate Kevin, Anna, the Biafras. I know you're listening. Welcome to the program. Adio, Shakiru Bola, Oni Koiki Angboyin Ketekete, Mr. Timothy Adegun, thank you so much. Ifani Mole Aye, me Eledumare, continue. Baba mi Rafiu, Motikinle Nkan, Okoya Folayan, Mori comment after the completed program earlier on. This is the third program for the day, okay? Don't worry. Sometimes it's like that. Manfuini, Bubu 30 miss, so that I capture it up. Samson, Oye Wole, Mokinda Demi, Timothy Teledumare, Mofi Darukoyin, Mo to be ni mo so. Gbogbo orúkọ tá bá pè pẹ̀lú tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ ni ibi tí bàbá yìí ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ water corporation mo ní wá sọ state yẹn àwọn tó yẹ kí omi inú ilé wa ìyàwó mi fún mi ní bill mo ní ìyá ẹ má fi bill ṣe mí léṣe kí ló dé omi mélòó là ń lò táwọn ọmọ yẹn bá ti fi wẹ̀ máa pọnmi sí bucket ká máa fi wẹ̀ fún wọn ó ní kí ni mo mean by that mo ní bill tán mú wà ti pọ̀ jù. Adam Olamilekan ni, good evening my humble lecturer. Iyami Abosede ni, please Mr. Koiki, ask Baba if they refuse to change the constitution, what is the next step to do? Hey, ìbéèrè tó need the answer. Mountain of Liberty Ministry, mo fi ti Elédùmarè, mo fi ti gbogbo tí ẹ fi ń bẹ Ọlọ́run, ẹ bá wa bẹ Ọlọ́run, sọ fún Ọlọ́run pé àwa ìran ọmọ Yorùbá àsìkò ti tó gbogbo nǹkan tó bá máa ṣe sọ́dọ̀ wọn lọ́hùn kí èdè yẹn padà sọ́dọ̀ wọn kó yìí tó wá sọ́dọ̀ tiwa kó bá wa dákun ẹ̀ dúró torí pé wọ́n rán nǹkan sí wa kò ṣe kékeré ẹni tó bá ní wọ́n rán nǹkan sínú Yorùbá nation á jẹ́ pé ẹ ní ìgbàgbọ́ ní nǹkan tẹ́ gbé dání. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Mountain of Liberty Ministry, mo kí gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́ pátápátá. Bàbá mi Adébáyọ̀ Jẹ́bẹ̀ ní Koiki ò gbẹ́jú sẹ́gbẹ́ bíbá. All I know is that President Tinubu will do unexpected. Bàbá may shock you people. Ẹ jẹ́ n pin comment ẹ̀ kọ́ máa ní Koiki torí pé mo jẹ́ ọmọ APC àbí torí mo jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá nation o tí wá rí pé mo ní Tinubu máa ṣe. We are not here to say Tinubu máa ṣe kò ní ṣe. My question is, hey, ẹ̀yin fi time sí gbogbo nǹkan Ọlọ́run ló lásìkò lóòótọ́ calm down máa wá Mr. Adébáyọ̀ Jẹ́bẹ̀ ṣé kí n screenshot ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ sọ yìí Koiki má screenshot ẹ̀ bó ṣe máa rí nìyẹn màá ní lórúkọ Jésù torí pé ìdùnnú tí wàá ní pé kí Tinubu pín Nàìjíríà oh yes ìyẹn la ṣe negotiate ìyẹn làwa ṣe negotiate àti gbọ́n méjì nísìn ó kù bàbá Akíntóyè mo kí Ọkọ̀yà Fọláyan báńkì gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́ bàbá mi Samson Ọ̀yáwọlé ẹ̀rí bí ṣe pèlè nǹkan Yorùbá mi bíi kátàkátà ni. Mr. Moses ni if God can separate the moon and the sun hey àwọn tún lọ from the mo bá ọ̀rẹ́ mi yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ Clyde the astrology side Koiki tí Ọlọ́run bá dá ọ̀run tó dá òṣùpá ó mọ tó ṣe dá wọn. Yorùbá máa bọ́ kúrò nínú ìgbèkùn tó wà olúkálukú máa lọ́nlọ ẹ̀ àjọ wa máa jọ ṣe níbi tó bá kù sí. I am _Supi wọ́n ní ẹ kú iṣẹ́ náà mo kì í ẹ máa pè wọlé nígbà tá a bá gbọ́ ti bàbá Akíntóyè tán mo kí ẹ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Engineer Abdul Aziz mo ní salamu alaykum wa rahmatulahi wa barakatu ìjẹ̀sìn kọ́ lè mi gbé dání o àní kó da fún oníṣẹ̀ṣe kó da fún kìrìsìtẹ́nì kó lọ jọ́sìn káyẹ̀ má jà tó ń padà lọ sílé kódà tó problem bá wà kó pe Yorùbá police èmi dẹ̀ ni máa nínú control room hello ta ló ń pè wá ó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ níbí o níbo ló ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ kẹ̀ kó gbé helicopter dìde ká yányányá kí Yorùbá ọlọ́pàá débẹ̀ fẹ́ràn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ níbí ẹ pé 119 ní Nàìjíríà kò dáhùn torí kí ni torí ó ti mẹ́hẹ̀ẹ́ ẹjẹ́ wa lọ gbọ́ bàbá Akíntóyè ẹ wá lè pè wọlé ẹ bá wa dá sí gbogbo ta ti gbọ́ yẹn Koiki bóyá mi ṣe fojú rí ó dà ń pé bàbá mi Táíwò ní Baba Adébánjọ statement is diplomatic but means similar thing as separation in a gradual process. Mo wá ìnáwó bàbá yẹn ẹ mọ̀ kébi láǹfààní àti rí wọn èmi mo ní dádì ẹ mọ̀ kébi àti gbowó nìkan lára mi báyìí fóònù yìí màá kọ́ rìkọ́dẹ̀ ẹ kò bá wa sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ Yorùbá alákòóbá ọmọ kékeré wọ́n sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mi kàn á di ẹmọ ni wọ́n ní náà Koiki kò nídìí gbogbo yẹn intẹ́ ń ṣe mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí ẹ máa báṣẹ́ lọ mo kí Ògúnmọ́lá wọ́n náà ẹ máa báṣẹ́ lọ but èmi àti ìtọ́kọ̀ máa ń sọ fún mi ni pé àwọn àti bàbá Buhari làwọn jọ ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ò yé mi that means pé àwọn àti àwọn ọmọ wọn ṣeré pa ni má wọrí ẹ̀gbọ́n wọn dẹ̀ wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ má wọrí wọn náà àwọn àti bàbá Buhari làwọn jọ ṣe pé Buhari yẹn olórí burúkú ni wọ́n sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ èmi mọ̀ adìyẹ mọ̀ olórí burúkú Mr. Adébáyọ̀ Kìkíọlá Emmanuel ní Koiki judgement day máa ń bọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí máa ń pẹ́ àwa ìta ló máa ń sọ fún yín pé kẹ́ súnmọ́ Tinubu kẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ àkúkú ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ kò tí ì fún aláyè náà ni DRS sọ pé we say hallelujah if Bola Tinubu can give us surprise but lie tó bá fún wa ní sọ kí ló kù tí mo tún wá princess ṣé mo pé princess mo comment mo wà lábẹ́ tó yín throughout ìyá yẹn gbá sí gidi fáwọn tó ń play James Bond 007 èmi ò fẹ́ máa abẹ́ àtàwọn fún wọn ní àpọ́nlé ni àti àpọ́nlé títí wọ́n gbọ́ wọ́n dẹ̀ ní àpọ́nlé ní kinní kan Princess Omojola TV what are we expecting from President Tinubu is to divide this contraction great program great analysis níyà yẹn gbé sílẹ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí mo wà lábẹ́ tó yẹn Facebook ni kò ń jẹ́ kí n comment nígbà míì tàbá comment á ní wọ́n ti block me for 11 days so sometimes kò tẹ̀ fẹ́ kí yàn comment our platform is attacked daily mo dìídì sọ fún àwọn ọmọ wa pé content tó bá ti jẹ́ pé ẹ̀yin lẹ lọ record ẹ má gbé sórí page wa kódà for the fact that a tún share program oní program sórí page wa Facebook ní ó contradict the community standard and ẹ lọ wo gbogbo platform mi kò ń ṣe pé mo fi ń dẹnu in the last 3.5 years kò sí program ẹni tí mo ní share tó ń ṣe Yorùbá Nation sórí platform wa regardless of your views kó tó di pé gbogbo ẹ̀tẹ̀ tí wàá pín báyìí because ìkọ̀kọ̀ náà la jọ ń ṣe but Facebook in tó ń fojú mi rí 500,000 followers wọ́n ní tí bọ̀bọ̀ ìtẹ́ followers yẹn bá ń gbọ́n tó ń sọ lójoojúmọ́ ọlọ́mọ yẹn mo ní Lai Muhammed bàbá yẹn kò ní kú síbi táṣọ ẹ̀ wà so mo kí yín ìyá mi bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe lọ yẹn ẹ bá mi máa gbá sí fún wọn kò sẹ́nìkan tó máa sọ fún wa pé ká má negotiate pẹ̀lú Tinubu kò tí sì bá bá ẹni náà ẹ ṣe máa ní pé ká má negotiate pẹ̀lú Tinubu no ta ni ká negotiate pẹ̀lú bàbá mi Ọpẹ́yẹmí ní I am seeing Tinubu going unbelievable things in favour of the Yoruba soon I am seeing it like a vision it will come to pass ẹ jẹ́ n pín ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ mo ní ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá àjọ gbọ́ra wa yé tẹ́lẹ̀ ni ẹ̀rọ pàwọn ń bá Tinubu jà ó ti débẹ̀ nísìn tẹ́ bá náà máa ṣe dì nífù kó ṣe bọ́ àwa lórí pé Yorùbá máa kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà ẹ jẹ́ àgbọn tí bàbá Akíntóyè sọ fídíò yìí ti pẹ́ ó tójọ́ mẹ́ta lórí Sahara Reporter Sowore kàn gbádùn New York ní tiẹ̀ ni o mọ̀ ń bọ̀ wá kí ẹ Sowore showboy this was 5 years ago. àwọn orin ẹ̀rọ kó Sowore revolutionary Sowore àwọn orin bí ìjà ló náà máa ń lò. ó yá ẹja gbọ́n tí bàbá Akíntóyè sọ defame sọ ẹni sùúrù bàbá ẹni sùúrù ó ní Tinubu even use Yoruba Nation to threaten the North ó fi wá negotiating ìyẹn làwọn ẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ pé ẹ̀yin lẹ gbà fún Tinubu ẹ̀yin lẹ tẹ̀lé Tinubu òmùgọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀dùmarè bá sọ pé ó máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀ then èmi ò kàn believe ẹ̀ ni but àwọn tó believe ẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ believe ẹ̀ ìyẹn mo ní bára wa jà àgbọ́yé ni ẹ báyìí káwọn yẹn sọ fún yín pé à ń ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú Tinubu náà ni idiot ọ̀dẹ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ mọ̀ tán pè ní diplomacy a máa lo gbogbo diplomacy wa tán délẹ̀ tí gbogbo diplomacy bá dẹ̀ fail we don't pray that it fail tó bá fail but you must prepare and plan America gan plan Israel sọ fún America kó tó lọ ju bọ́ǹbù láàárọ̀ yìí ó gbọ́ pé ó ti ju bọ́ǹbù ó níná pẹ̀lẹ́ tó bá jẹ́ pé oníná ni wàá mọ̀ pé Israel ti lago mọ́ Israel àbí Iran lórí láàárọ̀ bọ̀kọ́ tó lọ ju kínní yẹn wọ́n sọ fún America torí pé wọ́n need America bàbá oríṣiríṣi wash Middle East gbogbo ọ̀nà bẹ̀ yẹn ó mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni èyí tẹ̀ ń travel àwọn ìyá wa tó máa ń rajà káàkiri anyway plane ń divert Middle East is very hot ó ń gbóná burúkú báyìí ọlọ́nìjà ṣìrìn ẹjẹ́ agbọ́n tí bàbá sọ mo kí n lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Princess Omojola TV ẹ lọ máa gbọ́ ìyá yẹn mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lábẹ́ ètò àwọn silent listener látọ̀dọ̀ tí wọ́n lọ́hùn. Ayọ̀míkún Dámíjù ní freedom is a strategic game, you must welcome every means. Àwọn olóṣèlú tá à ń bú yẹn tí mẹ́ta márùn bá dìde nísìn ṣé màmá bú àwọn yẹn ni màmá fún ní accolade, but for now olórí burúkú ni gbogbo àwọn tó kù. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọ̀ǹtí tẹ́ bá gbóhùn sókè dáadáa support àwọn èèyàn wa, ebi ń pa wọ́n, ìyà ń jẹ wọ́n, wọ́n níṣẹ́, wọ́n ní security, ẹ gbàdà lọ́wọ́ wọn, ẹ̀yin náà lẹ fún wọn lọ́kadà, ẹ̀yin náà lẹ tún gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn. Koiki ìwọ náà plane tó fẹ́ play wàhálẹ̀ ẹ̀pọ̀ ẹjọ́ ti pọ̀ jù, ẹjọ́ ni rédíò ń rò. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè bàbá mi dáadáa, ó yá kí lẹ fi sọ.
It is their duty to know the nature of their country, and it is their duty to guide and govern it in ways that are suitable for the nature of that country. If you do not do that, you will find the country going to pieces in time.
5 years ago,
the architect is an artist who designs a house and does not take cognizance of the important factors in the circumstance.
Okay.
We build a house that will collapse. What type of soil do you have? What type of material is available?
Okay.
What type of workmen do you have?
Okay.
What type of technology do you have to get things together? If you do not put all of that together as an architect, you will put together a house that will collapse. And so my summary of the weakness, the failings, the disastrous failings of leadership in our country is that our leaders have never really asked themselves, what kind of country do we have?
What kind of country do we have?
How do we put it together to achieve success?
Is it going to be successful?
The result is that we have gone from the very highest
and coming down. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
And
mo ní àbọ̀ ti internet ilé mi ni.
To be wondered.
Okay. Mo kí ẹ wá sí Salami Adéyínká Adékúnlé mo kí yín sà.
In this handling,
Mr. Kolade Kilo Adesanya mo kí yín dáàdì.
Before it breaks up.
Hey.
So I have seen this country succeed a lot.
Okay.
In 1982, I was a young senator
in the Second Republic.
I was also an academic. And as a result of the combination of the two, I was invited by the Republic of South Korea to give a lecture as part of
Sherry Ibibai. This was 1982. Baba ń sọ in tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 1982. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ mọ̀ mass. Started 1982 títí di wákàtí. How many years? Sherry, when people say Koiki, be patient. Nigeria is working towards being good. In 1982, Baba Akintoye was giving us a background of how Nigeria was doing well than Singapore. Today, Singapore passport tó bá ní God bless your butter. Mo kí dáàdì mi Kọ́ládé Kilo Adésànyà mo fi tẹlẹ́dùmarè kí yín. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọlọ́pàá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mo kí ẹ̀yin sójà. Mo kí yín tẹ́jẹ́ ti Yorùbá. 42 years ago, thank you so much. Àwọn èèyàn ọmọ máàsì ṣá. Opinion says James Olajide ni Koiki Mina won by 42 years ago. 42 years ago. So if you are now telling us to stay in Nigeria, are you saying that we're going to wait another 42 years? TINUBU gan ti all right tó bá ti lọ a kò dàgbà sínú ilé. A ti dàgbà. Èmi náà ti dàgbà lágbà. 42 plus my age. Can you add 42 to your age as well? I am soapy. No, I am soapy ni Koiki 42. Simple Rahim. Àwọn èèyàn mọ mass o. Mo like a mass. Ìyá mi princess, ẹ̀yin náà gbóná ní mass. Okay, let everybody add 42 to their age. Ẹ máa sọ age yín fún mi o. Add 42 years to that your age. Is that when we are going to wait for Nigeria to be great? Why not allow half of that as we are pushing right now, half of that 42 for the development of the Yoruba people, the Arewa and the Biafra. Rather than having a 42 years of what is not going to work, why not let us push? Viking, I will be 126 years old. Around to that Bajulon. Ayomikuna ni Koiki yan matter, I will be 77 years old. What is dagba? Gbogbo ojú ẹ tó fresh báyìí l'Amẹ́ríkà, wàá ti dàgbà. Àwọn náà máa dàbí àwọn ní granddad. Ẹ̀gbọ́n pàdé ẹ̀gbọ́n kan ní bíbá níjọ́ kan. Wọ́n ní Koiki. Nígbà tí wọ́n kọ́ dé ìlú yìí, máa ń rán àwọn àgbàlagbà, máa ní kí ló dé ó ti padà lọ́lé. Bàbá yẹn náà àwọn lọ́lé ó tún sá padà. Bàbá yẹn dìde, mo kí bàbá mi Tóyìn Olónúgà, ẹ káàbọ̀ dádì. Moses Ọlábísí dádì mi náà máa ti pé 80 years old. Àwọn èèyàn máa ń sọ èjì wọn ní bíbá ìkẹ́ kí ló dé? Mo ní kẹ́ sọ, I am so happy now, I'll be 82 years old. Mo ní kẹ́ adi 42 years old. Mo èjì yín presently. Ẹ bá mi adi 42 because Nigeria tí bàbá Kítóyè ń sọ yìí pé ó ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn as at 1982 ni wọ́n sọ yẹn o. You will expect that ó yẹ kí Nigeria ti move bí aeroplane tó fi Concorde airline tó bá gbéra níbí wà lọ jẹ breakfast ní safety domain níbo ló wà látàárọ̀ ti miss rẹpẹtẹ lecture ti súnmọ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà ní I will be 89 àwọn èèyàn dàgbà o. So that is when we will wait for Nigeria to be a better place. Simple Rahim ní Koiki ọmọ kékeré rẹ̀ mi o, I will be 70 years. You can see now that this is how we need to start thinking. Yorùbá ní yìí sọ pé I will be 82. Àṣekèmí náà sọ tèmi ni. James Ọlájídé bàbá mi ní Koiki I will be 85. Wàsíù Sàlámì ní I will be 84. Ẹ kú àtàrọ̀. Àwọn èèyàn máa ti dàgbà lórí program mi. Mama, mo ní tó bá add 42 mọ́ age wọn. Tó bá rí age èèyàn kan náà máa ti pé 126 years old. Ṣé Nàìjíríà ṣe máa àwọn èèyàn dàgbà o. So you are expecting us to go and be fixing Nigeria at that age. Mr. Adewale Oluwo sọ pé 51 years 2 months never witnessed good things in Nigeria. Dádì dàgbà gan-an. Wọ́n ní Koiki. Wọ́n ní mo ti pé 51 years old. Lè ní dádì ẹ má ní mo parọ́ mọ́ yín. Ẹ wá sọ pé ẹ̀rí kankan tẹ gbádùn ní Nigeria at 51. Ayọ̀ àrísè Koiki ò lo glasses ẹ̀ dáadáa. I will be 90 years old. Ifá ìmọ́lẹ̀ sọ pé 80 lòun máa jẹ́. Mr. Àwọn èèyàn máa ti bínú gan lórí program kẹ. Àwọn èèyàn náà ó dà pé lè trigger àwọn èèyàn. Koiki ó yá ṣí phone line àfi pè wọlé. Ẹ tẹ̀jẹ̀ ká gbọ́ program bàbá Kítóyè tán. Bàbá mi Kúnlé Ṣítà ní I will be 104 years old. Àwọn èèyàn dàgbà o. Kí la gbé kí la tí jù. Mo kàn ní kẹ́ àbẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi mo ní kẹ́ bá mi add 42 years old mọ́ age yín ìyẹn lẹ wá dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fi age ńláńlá sílẹ̀ báyìí tẹ̀ ń dẹ́rù bàyàn. Mr. Ayọ̀ Aníṣe sọ pé I will be 90 years old. Gbogbo àwọn mọ́mì tó wà ní bí 70 80 yẹn àwọn àti wàá máa lọ bí 120 Ọlọ́run àjẹkẹ́ pé bàbá mi mọ́ Olúdárí sọ pé I will be 98 years old. Àgbà ti dé o. We are all arúgbó by then. Ọmọ ṣé èmi náà wá jókòó báyìí mélòó ni tèmi 40 èmi máa di football age lèmi máa lò fún yín. Èmi ò gbọ́dọ̀ darúgbó tó yẹn kí ló dé máa yọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ìwọ mélòó mo fẹ́ yọ kúrò ní age mi mo yọ mo á di èmi náà ti pé 82 èèyàn kọkàn ní mọ age yẹn dáadáa 82 èmi náà ti darúgbó orúkọ gbórun fún yàn fa lójoojúmọ́ báyìí. Mama at 82 ṣé mo sì lè máa pariwo Yorùbá nation at 82 ṣé yàn máa ní strength yẹn ṣá wàhálà tèmi bá ń dá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí mọ́ mama ti bínú ó ṣẹ̀dé láti ibi iṣẹ́ ni. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bob ẹ̀yin ò sọ èjì yẹn wá ń rẹ́rìn sí mi torí ẹ ti fún mi lówó lẹ́ẹ̀kan ó dà pé màá ti ní age mate tẹ̀lé kan ń pè mí lọ́gàá mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan lọ́lẹ̀ ń pa àtijọ́ gbó bíi Gálílì. Ọlákúnlé 78 Rọ̀súlù sọ pé láti Badagry 92 Suni Odu sọ pé I will be 100 kí ló dé àgbàlagbà ní 101 years old. Àwọn èèyàn máa ti bínú 85 now ṣe fẹ́ pé Nàìjíríà ẹ pè wọlé mo fẹ́ gbọ́hùn yín ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ plus 44 74 04405917. So by the time we wait for Nigeria in another 42 years, you see why we are saying that we need to move now. Because all these politicians will be old enough to look after their health. What then be about saying that basi ni àlàáfíà máa tó ara èèyàn. Àtẹ̀dúpẹ́ pàwọ́ táwa lábroad. Ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ wá ń léńkọ́. Ẹ pè wọlé àti ṣojú òpó +44 mẹ́rin 7 another 04405917. Ẹ jẹ́ mo ní mẹ́ta. Koiki o fi sínú kọ́mẹ́ǹtì má máa pè fún wa. Defend 007 wọn náà will be 75. Àwọn èèyàn dàgbà o. Baba Akintoye is 82 and still in great shape. Koiki, you can do it when you get to that age. At 35 kí n ṣe máa pariwo Yorùbá nation no going back. Torí Baba Akintoye pé 89 nínú ẹ̀. Òun bàbá náà kó pé 89 nínú ẹ̀. Ìgbà tí bàbá ń pariwo ní 5 years ago ọ̀dá bàbá náà ní ẹja gbọ́ díẹ̀ tàbádẹ̀ rẹ̀ tó bá pè wọlé àgbẹ̀yìn wọlé ẹja gbọ́ díẹ̀ sí nípa tí Baba Akintoye sọ.
The Republic of South Korea to give a lecture as part of the installation of their newly elected president.
In 1982. Okay.
And I was to talk about the growing relationship between South Korea and Nigeria. And all I could say was of pride in my country.
Pride.
We were
in 1982.
So far ahead of those people.
Baba any suru. So this was when Baba there was those military coup. Because tí Baba ń sọ̀rọ̀ 1982 nígbà wo ló ṣe coup yẹn náà kí Buhari fi dé náà. Kò ní da fún àwọn mala àtàwọn Yorùbá tó support wọn. In 1982, when was that coup? Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní brain pọ̀ ní bíbá yìí. Nígbà wo ni coup yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀? Simple Rahim sọ pé I will be 70 years old. Ẹ ṣe gan ni ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Kọ́ládé. Kò wá síṣẹ́ kan 1983. So it was a year after ni wọ́n da gbogbo ìrìn àjò yẹn rú díẹ̀. So Baba sọ̀rọ̀ 1982 with the pride of a Nigeria that is going to be fruitful, planning ready for the youth, for me and you. And then àwọn kan dẹ̀ dé lọ́sàn-án kan òru kan. December 31st, 1983 was the coup. Please, we need to go because I want to enjoy before I go. I might enjoy. Again, bá níbí báyìí kó tún padà wọlé. Ademani láti gbé ẹ̀yìn wá sísàlẹ̀ báyìí ká lè charge fóònù yìí. Torí ó ti sọ fún mi pé 21%. Rere tí ó Nàìjíríà ti báyé jẹ́ o. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Fatuke ẹ má sọ yẹn iná ẹ̀ máa ti pé 96 years old. Àgbà ti dé. Káwá tún máa jókòó sí bíbá ká máa pariwo Nigeria is not working. Ṣé rí pé it is not a great thing. So what we are saying to our people is that Nigeria has come. Ẹ má bínú kọ́ mo fi charge the other Instagram here because apparently the phone is going low. Ẹ má ẹ̀ka tanra wa ẹ jẹ́ nínú ojú ẹ̀. Ẹ má ẹ̀ka tanra wa. Mo kẹ́ ẹ̀ tẹ́ wà lórí platform. I hope you are gaining and understanding why we are saying, hey, ìyá mi Fọláṣadé Òjó, náwó màmá, wọ́n ṣe ń ná níbi lọ́nà lọ́hùn, ẹ bá ń kí grandma tó ń kí grandma nínú ilé. So there was a coup in 1983, December 31st. Bàbá ò rí vision pé coup ń bọ̀. Àwọn sọ pé Nàìjíríà máa da, àwọn kan plan coup. Ẹ wọ́n sọ fún wa pé kí Tinubu kó ṣe 4 years, kó ṣe 8 years, kí gbogbo ẹ̀ tó dán mọ́rán. Why are we living in denial? Why tí Tinubu ò ṣe nísìn? Why must he wait for the second term? Kí ló ní second term fún? Okay. A lè sọ pé òun ni the final president. Koiki tún pe nọ́mbà yẹn àgbọ́lẹ̀ nǹkan +447 code ní plus UK code ní 44 +447 404 405 917. Ẹ má wọrí kò ń ṣe account number ni mò ń pè. Line tẹ́yìn náà lè fi dá sí. Ọmọ wàhálà wà o. 1982 bàbá lọ sí South Korea no Singapore. Wọ́n wá ń fi Nàìjíríà proud. Ṣé mọ̀ pé by then ó yẹ kí Nàìjíríà wà proud títí di wákàtí. Wọ́n wá ṣe coup. Àwa wà nínú coup yẹn títí di 1993. Wọ́n tún wá ti Abiola síwájú pé law contest ìwọ ló máa wọlé. Solomon Sambajoni, I will be 116 years old. I want to see my new nation by the grace of God. So, àwa tó bí ní 1999, how do I explain to you that Baba Akintoye was presenting Nigeria in 1982, but the evil behind Nigeria was preparing for a coup in December 31st. Okay, let me get this right. Brain meeting on fi bust nírọ̀lẹ́. Ta ló kọ́kọ́ coup ara wọn? Ṣé Buhari ló kọ́kọ́ ṣe coup tí Babangida tó gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀? Babangida one was 1984, right? I think I was in primary school. Koiki, you should know that nothing Buhari touched will make it to the second day. Safety Dominion will be 95 years old. Sherry Benisi, by adding that age to our age, is sending some kind of trigger to our brain. So we will remain in Nigeria for another 42 years. Lie. So Babangida, okay, Buhari was the one that did the first coup. Ta ló sọ pé speak English. Answer Yoruba at English ni. Ta ló sọ yẹn? Wọ́n ní Koiki speak English. I beg speak. I dey like this your program, but this ngbati. Ta ló fún wa lówó? Ó dà pé Ṣẹ́gun Ọ̀nà ni. No, kò ṣe Ṣẹ́gun Ọ̀nà. Olóyè Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho Òòṣà ni akọni Oòduà for life. Mo máa ń like owó tí bá ti rí. See, too cool sọ pé Yoruba nation no going back. This money, the note suggests that those who fall short in terms of creating substantial wealth for the nation without exporting resources. Hey, àwọn ìbò ńláńlá, you don't export, you are looking for dollar. How? Ọ̀nà wo? Okay, we are not exporting. How do we get dollar? Oh, through the crude oil. Okay, Chinedu Loni, Oga speak English now. Why you dey do like this? You know say Biafra, we dey enjoy your program. You can't speak this Yoruba, make una no verse. The thing where I just talk be say, 42 years, add them to your age, Chinedu, I want to know your age. Because if we remain in Nigeria for another 42 years, how old you go be, Chinedu Urama? How old you go be? No verse, say we dey speak Yoruba. So, Buhari truncated the Second Republic that Professor Banji was involved. Then, Maradona, Babangida, Gaga. Do you know that it's still the same set of bastards that are still controlling Nigeria? Wọ́n kàn lo àwọn Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan, wọ́n lo àwọn Igbo. They use some few, they call those ones politicians. They are watching me like this, so all these generals, they say, soldier no die. You see Obasanjo die. He don't go die. Old soldier no they die. So what they did was, they deceived Nigerians that we are now transformed into civilian. But behind it, they are using the fraudulent military 1999 constitution. That is the reason why Baba Adebanjo say, Koiki, Eyema Akpariwo Yoruba Nation, Awa Agbalagbalawa, we will continue to ask for the breakup of Nigeria through the 1999 constitution, which it is the military version. You can see why the country, Baba Ekitani, omi tó dágúró síbì kan tí kò rìn síwájú kò rìn sẹ́yìn. Technology ni mo ń charge látẹ̀ nǹkan nítorí kó ti tan green yẹn mi pé ó ti full láti wá connect lè mọ that is the technology tí mo enjoy in the UK inú kan tí mo fẹ́ fún ẹ nìyẹn. So what this does now is it gives it extra power. Ṣòtìrí pé is the power bank. Apple ló design ẹ̀ fóònù yẹn ti pẹ́ àròwó rà mí fún alókàrà mi àbí tẹ́ bá rẹ̀ tó lè fún wa ní latest phone. But for now you can see why we are saying that Nigeria wà ní ibi tí ó wà tí kò lè move síwájú, kò sí àdúrà tá lè ṣe tó lè bring it the peace and unity of Nigeria until it breaks away. It must break. There's no doubt about it. Adágún odò ní Nàìjíríà. Àwọn ilé ìgbọ́ Yorùbá wọ́n ní Koiki pé dáadáa. Adágún odò ní Nàìjíríà tí kò lọ síwájú kò lọ sẹ́yìn. Ó wà lójú kan tí oríṣiríṣi kèkèké kàtàkó èmi àdìyẹn mọ́ ni lọ tẹsẹ̀ bọ́. The reason why Nigeria is still under the military rule is because we were deceived that we are now under a civilian rule. But behind, they are using a fraudulent military decree to run it. Stagnant water, in case you don't understand that Yoruba, for our Igbo people. Koiki, we dey enjoy this program. But the time when you come move to Yoruba now, we don't understand. See, being an international audience you dey talk to, make una know very. Sometimes it be like that. Stagnant water. Let me spell that. You know, I like to spell things. S for Sarah, T for Tango, A for Alpha, G for Golf, N for November, A for Apple, N for November, T for Tango. Stagnant water. Look, can you see this water? They not burn me well. Make I drink them again. This water has been in this position for almost 3 days. They not burn me well. Make I drink them. I am looking for trouble. That may say maybe I won't go visit toilet or I want to go to the doctor. Even for the fact that I drank it to this extent, it has been in this bag in the same position since almost 4 days now. I dare not drink it again. I dare not touch this water, and I am not joking. So you are now expecting Nigeria to work in a country that has been stagnant for a very long time. How is it going to happen? Child gentlemen say, this channel reminds me of the RTL hit radio from Rwanda back when the Tutsi against the Hutus. Okay. Why are we not? Koiki, we don't understand. You see Yoruba people, they say, Koiki, we don't understand English. Go back to this Yoruba. This English is just to remember that we have our children that doesn't speak Yoruba as well now. Now. Now, in another 42 years, you'll be 100 and kill. We are here telling you that there was a military coup in 1982 by Buhari, the same Buhari that Osibajo and TINUBU gave Agbada, and they put fila, the one where Yoruba people they wear, and they say, I am now the new angel, the archangel that will transform Nigeria. And Buhari came, therefore 8 good years. Where is that formation of economy? All this meeting where they do for Asorok when Osibajo was there, the economy that. Where has it landed us now? Wasted 8 years. There is a video where Fayoshe said, Buhari took us back 50 years. I've just removed 8 years from that. But when you add the 42 more, everybody don't they give me their age. And when you stop Koiki Mumati Dagba, you can see why we are saying that. So who are we saving Nigeria for? Talanta to Nigeria fun? Oh, for the corrupt politicians that have enriched themselves, that TINUBU now wants to tackle Yaya Bello. Yaya Bello is hiding inside the Kogi State Government House in Abuja. Yaya Bello, that criminal guy is hiding inside Kogi State Government House. They are looking for him. Yaya Bello, come out and defend yourself. I did not steal the money. Simple as that. Go with the EFCC. No, he's a big man. Washiri Ayomi Kudamiju. You don't help me pin the number. Now I can share it better. Plus 44740405 The same Buhari that stupid boy has carried love away. What flag is that? It's just our temporary flag called Yoruba Nation flag. Mrs. Chirikoko so my father was the Lieutenant General, late General Dia. Daddy, wow, was the best friend. My good father, Obasanjo, Buhari, and IBB were his friend. They're all people I have met. We have big people for this platform. May the soul of late General Dia rest in peace. Yaya Bello, we are looking for you. My mom always say, once a military, always a military. Benny, soldier know they die. You see Obasanjo die. But unfortunately, late Dia died. He's resting in peace. He tried his best. But the question is, what is going to be the way forward in Nigeria? Election? Restructure Nigeria? Regional government? Or everybody go on to their base? Nígbà tá máa di base yẹn mú. Hey, now Koiki ò kí wa ní Libya. Mo kí ní Libya. If you want to call into the program, you are free to do so. But I am also reading your comment. Ṣé ká gbọ́ díẹ̀ sí nípa Bàbá Akíntóyè? Mo kí sister mi, mommy wa, Miss Cherry Coco. Wọ́n ní bàbá wọn ní the late Dia. Once a military will always be a military. Tiwa Danjuma, only there is genocide going on. Koiki, tell them, genocide. So, Babangida took over from Buhari and then run it through to 1992. Told them to Abiola, go and contest now. Hey, so Atiku has been contesting since 1992. The same formation, the same set of people. All they did was they removed soldier outfit, they put Agbada, Frank Dudu Mokie, and we are now being deceived that Nigeria is moving forward. How is it moving forward? Okay, one or two things is happening in that area. But the true indigenous people, Mokie, I'm a comfort, Ojo. I love your dance. Are you celebrating the failure of Onitiri? She has failed finally. Yoruba nation has come to stay. Grandma. Hey, grandma. Money movie, he said. Keto wole lati so. Chinedu sọ pé, I am now enjoying your program. Carry on with this English. Biafra, they enjoyed it now. We have been deceived as indigenous people for too long. Now that we are waking the minds of the main indigenous people, hey, shut up, Koiki, we can come back home so that soldier will catch me. Come back home, DSS will. Do you know that people say that they are looking after, they are looking for me? That I am the one that wants to bring Nigeria down. Babangida that was there from 1980, 83 in Babangida, 84. When did Babangida overthrow Buhari, say Baba? The same colonial master, they remove Oyinbo color, replace it with the black man's skin. Hey, yeah, me first bank, I want to go wole. Le mon need Latin mon. Bi ba dot wole, ibi ba dot wole. 1985. So, how many times do we now to explain to you 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, Odimanu, 91, 92, Odimeje. Babangida, are you going? Only I step aside. What do you mean by you step aside? Because he still has more vision to go and bring more people to rule Nigeria on behalf of the contraction what was created. Mr. Larry Jinoduni Koiki, Babangida also overthrown Buhari. Some of the Yoruba youths today, more history than saw you, what comes away, shut up Koiki, because we are all now ahead. Instagram, Facebook. If I more or less Koiki, man, no gbogbo last cover me, mama figure. Only the fraudulent 1999 constitution will go on flame very soon. I expect Yaya Bello to activate and fight back because EFCC is looking for him. I saw Wike with the PDP. Hey, yeah, he's too sorrow. My mom is now a retired diplomat and has always said Nigeria will only offer wonders and blessings when the country separate. No, I'm sure you are trying to pull our legs here. You told us that your dad was a Dia family. You are a Dia family. You are now also saying that your mom, as a diplomat, said to you that Nigeria will not work until the separation of the country. Why then are people saying we shouldn't separate? That we should remain in Nigeria? That is what I don't understand. I want your follow programming. Bonjour, Mokilati Gabon. 1985. So for 7 years, Babangida was doing his Maradona structural achievement program. When you find gone, Mariam Babangida, is she still alive? Mariam Babangida, is she alive? Or she's dead? Odudulawo, Ologbe Ekporobi fun Alakija. They were now using Nigeria wealth to enrich themselves. Dia was my father's best friend. Oh, okay, Dia was your father's best friend. Okay, now I need Dia. Okay, that's fine. Baba Molarewaju, one day Nigeria will break. It has already started to break because all this information that we are giving out, do you know that it took me time to understand that NTA was doing a voiceover? Paris TV, Mukie. Oh, your own father was late General Alfred de Koikimedia. Let me Google it. The late General military. I think it's always the Navy that feels that they are more special than the Nigeria because they wear white. They always feel that they are more special than the other security agency in Nigeria. Koikimedia. Late General Alfred Koikimedia. Okay, it's not bringing anything up. You see, not even history of our people. Mrs. Koikimedia honor with a Lifetime Achievement Award. Okay. Oh, it could be your mom. Is this your mom, Mrs. Koikimedia, honor with a Lifetime Achievement Award? Before I came to Karoka just over 2 months ago, I don't know. Mrs. Louis Adasa Koikimedia, MBE. I want to ukulele you. You won't find anything of his name, no history. Why? If I may ask, my big auntie, why is there no history? Are you saying that your dad, we can't find the history of your dad just by typing it on Google, which I've just done now, and you're right, I couldn't find anything. Is that deliberately? Love you from India. Thank you so much. How are you doing, my brother? The weather is very, very well. Keke Okuz, welcome to the program. Louis Koikimedia is my first cousin. Yami Koni, she's dead. But kilo data relate General Alfred Koikimedia. You can see that that country is a complete mess. Wow. Interesting. This evening is like another eye-opener. The family says, Koiki, you won't find anything. Vinky said, Koiki, ride on. Okay. All right. Do you ride a bike? I think the question to Poju. I don't ride a bike because I'm Indian. Orishirisi talisman. Why are you asking me if I ride a bike? Let's come back to Babakito again. Once again, it is important that 1982, Babangida was preparing for coup. Buhari was preparing. Everybody was preparing for coup. And do you know that Kosi coup to shele in Nigeria? The West knows about it. So right now, we are currently inside another coup. And we must pull ourselves out of the Nigeria. This is our own time. Let the strongly continue. Or let the struggle, let it so. I just asked a question. Please check it. Mr. Diolu Emmanuel. Can you repeat the question again? Because I can't be touching the phone. Sometimes it can freeze. If I may resend it. I can check it from here, but if you can resend it, I will appreciate. Let's go back and hear more from Babakitoye. Okay? We've done 1 hour, 53 minutes. I'll see if I can do another 1 more hour. I will try. This will be my third program for the day. Trying to educate myself and you on the reasons why Nigeria is not going to work. The military took advantage. They gave everything to themselves. What is the subject matter you are discussing? The subject matter is about the self-determination of the Yoruba people to opt out of the current climb of what is known as Nigeria. And the question is, would Bola TINUBU pull Yoruba out? Afenifere asked for a structure. Babakitoye says no, it's a full autonomy that we want. That is a discussion. This is our time. You know that these men that we've been talking, Buhari himself is old, dead or alive. Babangida is old, but they still have a very strong base of younger, more military guys that are still in the power. But you don't see them. You don't even know them. They are still very powerful. If anybody says that the Nigerian military cabal are not powerful, they are powerful. They are criminals. Okay, Miriam Babangida and so Shegoni, she died on December 27 because yes, I did ask if Miriam Babangida is alive. I was told she died. They gave the wealth that belongs to indigenous people to private individuals, turned them to billionaires, and nobody questioned them. The military era was a bad one. It is time that the Yoruba people wake up. Adeolu Emmanuel says, please, is it about the arrest of some people in Oyo State? No, we have nothing to do with that, sir. I don't even know what is going on with those ones because we want them. Thank you so much. Takula Talukda from India. Mr. Adeolu, we are not discussing about those arrested in Oyo State. We are talking about President Bola TINUBU, Afenifere, and Yoruba Nation under Professor Banji Akintoye. What do I do if my Tatuleleke and can sit out? I hope you are not spamming us here. Miriam Babangida is dead. She had a cancer. Wow. So much history in the contraction. Let's go back to 1982.
All at the Institute of International Relations and National Security as I delivered my lecture. And I was telling them, it is not only oil that we can sell to you, there is a lot we can teach you.
It is not only oil that we can sell. We have the human capacity. Prophet Ola Ilekunayo, Ilekunayo, Mukisa. Ishola Rewaju. I hope you're enjoying the Friday evening before we all go to our other spiritual night vigil. We started early so that way, if I don't come back, at least we've given you enough tonic to last us over the weekend. My question is, why has that country failed? Is because the foundation was never done properly. The British and the Western world designed the fraudulent 1999 constitution with their politicians' agents just to keep indigenous people in a serious bondage. Coming from Ifani Imoleaye. Put your comment out there. I will read them through as well. Babami Adegoroye, Oni Koiki, there is just nothing to fix about Nigeria again. But why can't we try? Let's keep Nigeria together. What is behind it that they want us to keep together? Maybe something that we don't know. Mokia Oloriabi Walata, Olawale Alabi, thank you so much. Safety dominion, the false hope thinking that they can make Nigeria like Western Nigeria. That's another good point. Is it possible for them to make Nigeria like Western Nigeria? Because if you listen to what TINUBU said in that particular address to the Afenifere that Baba Awolowo did the Western region, can we have the same template of the Western region inside Nigeria today? Is it possible? Is it viable? Is it possible that the Nigeria today will go back like the Western region, 3 regions? Why are we deceiving ourselves with these criminal politicians that have no iota of truth in them? Well, Fixie, Mark Stevens says, to keep the company running. We've not been, Babami Benjamin Aduma Tisokwe, it is just a matter of time. Yoruba Nation is the solution. People will never fix Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. They are talking about the coastal road. Why are we listening to politicians that their agenda is just keep Nigeria together, enrich themselves, put 1 or 2 projects out there, and that's it? Nigeria has come to its final destination. And it is important that the Yoruba people accept the truth that we must now, as Babakitoye says, Nigeria needs now the courage to dissolve peacefully. It has to dissolve. The amount of wahala where they inside Nigeria on a daily basis is just too much to be resolved from the center known as Emma Bineta Instagram. It's because Instagram, I think it's giving, I need to time it now, 8 o'clock. I'll see how much minutes it's giving me before it goes off. I think about 30 minutes or thereabout. It doesn't do like that before, but all of a sudden it started like that. Mr. Olawaju said, the foundation of Nigeria is fraud and non-Nigerian language. What is Nigerian language? Mukiyawa Adiat or Dewale Mukiwani Aja. We are not saying that if you believe in your politicians, well, then now that we know, we should question them that what is the agenda for us in Nigeria? Okay, keep Nigeria, work in that one unity, even though there is no love, we don't like ourselves, but manage yourself. When election come, you steal the ballot box here, you burn it down there. Oh, Igbo don't allow Yoruba people to vote there. No, Yoruba don't allow people to vote in the Southwest because it belongs to me, it doesn't belong to the Igbos, and we all live in Nigeria. Really? Okay, in Nigeria where we marginalize there. Let me go back to I'll come back to the Prof. Let's go back to a bit of the National Conference report of 2014. Let me just read a little bit for us. Maybe that will trigger your mind that this country, this country where you call Nigeria, I'm gonna forget that. Yes, there will still be people doing concert, content, life continue, but in the long run, it is just now not working. If I haven't mentioned your name, Koiki, please do not be upset. There is just sometimes we mix you, Mr. Bolaji Olushi, Olushi family, Grammar School. I don't know whether you are related to them. Modinot Olushi Ati Kiloruko Abure again. Very great family. Yes, I went to Abekta Grammar School, but I was in a private hostel, Taradek, opposite Igomode Hostel. The National Conference of 2014, this is the report of the Committee on Citizenship, Immigration, and Related Matter. Those two things is very, very unique. Before you become a British citizen, more, so you as a Nigerian, you now have a British citizenship. That is the reason why you want us to keep Nigeria. Okay, interesting. You can see how evil you are. John Danny says, and I quote, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your heart and your mind in Jesus' name. Matthew 6:30. Thank you so much. Religion is not a problem. It's just that we need to let the mind to be open. Let's look into this conference. Immigration. Rishi Sunak wants to ship everybody back to Rwanda, if possible, before summer. Why? Because they can't control the immigration anymore. Many of the people coming through the boat, many of the students arriving, many of the COS health worker is becoming a burden in the system. And the country says, no way. If you apply for asylum, you will go first to Rwanda. If your asylum is successful, we bring you back. No airline, I'm not making this up now. This is an international platform. Because see, airline can take risk by doing that to take anybody to Rwanda. So they are now suggesting RAF. No airline. It could come back on them. That is the importance of immigration that we can't control. Do you think that I will control immigration if we remain in Nigeria, in our territory? Irua or Giriwa, everybody, because we are Nigerians. They just come into our territory. Some say, well, we created part of your territory. Okay, but immigration is becoming a problem. It is not viable. Lagos is just too much. They doesn't have the resources anymore. As much as we are told that Lagos have the resources is shared with the other state. 20 million people in Lagos State. Some of you don't have a proper toilet. Latifishe number 2. How are we living a life that is not our own? Babami Sokwe, Koiki, our fathers hold on Nigeria too much. Can we blame them? We can't blame them. we shouldn't blame our parents, but some of our parents saw it, the foresight. My mom saw it, and I'm not making this up. My mom saw the foresight that this country was going down. She traveled too much to see the future. So we shouldn't blame our parents, but we should blame ourselves if you are still one of those, especially if you are below 30 and you think that Nigeria will work. Really? Go and ask those parents of yours, 35 years in service. None of them got their payment till they died. Not that the country didn't have the money, but they just refused to pay them after their services. We've seen cases upon cases. Elomi pension to Nigeria is 5,000 naira after 35 years of service. Remember that they started as a youth like you. I want to bear a build. They were thinking that we were moving and propelling the country called Nigeria until 35 years of service. Now some of them are in their old age and they just shake their head and say, oh, mom, we should not have loved Nigeria but we can't blame them. The lies that was cooked by the West saying that we are working to make sure Nigeria continue to be a great country. Oh, Nigeria, you know that word? Nigeria is the most, we will read this national conference. Yeah, I have it in front of me. I'll read it in a minute. But you know I like to dabble around and then bring you back here because I am still on immigration and citizenship. Trump says he will kick out everybody with immigration. There are just too many of them coming into America. And he says that some of them are cocaine dealer, some of them are pedophile. How can you come in and make problem in our country called America? The UK is getting tired that many immigrants are coming in. We don't know whether some of them could be havoc for this country in the future. Why do you think you travel across the borders and you're checked as a criminal? It's not your fault. It's because they are just concerned. So in 2014, money was spent. I would say billions, but I would say millions of naira. People were kept in the hotel. They were eating, discussing what they call the national comfort. But let's go through it. Remember that they were all given different roles to play with, to work with. This particular one was the report on the Committee on Citizenship and Immigration and other related matters. Do you think that your Nigerian passport is as valuable as you might think? How many Nigerians or how many people that are terrorists have got your passport? Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Nigerian passport. How difficult or how easy is it to get a Nigerian passport? We all know now. We know. A passport that you can change the whole data page and bring in a new one and tell them you pay the price. Everybody knows. But we are people that live in denial. We tell lies to each other. You want the world to respect us, but our passport, you can literally change the whole day, including your height. Imagine you arrive at JFK and you don't change your height. If immigration officers that are very, very intelligent and psychologists spot that particular section and look at your height, they can automatically tell that you're lying. But most of you think that they have voodoo. No, they don't have voodoo. It's just psychology. Because you have changed your details. But they are looking at that details and they are looking at your teeth. Say, yeah, Koiki will be 177. For those of us that are adding 42. If you add 42 to your ears, 177K. I would run anything. To make it up, really, more believe in 177K. At the age of your money here. Do you understand what I'm saying? You might think that it is because we don't have what they call citizenship. We are not citizens of Nigeria. We are just part of the game. numbers used to borrow money outside Nigeria. Oh, we are 200 million. So a state can go out and say, borrow me $30 million. And they say, what are you going to use it for? I will use for road. I will do pipeline water. And to be honest with you, only $2 million will be used. And after 8 years, they are running away like Yaya Bello criminal. Where's Okorocha case? Obiano passport will be released so that he can go on medical treatment. Yet Nnamdi Kanu is there in the prison. Can you imagine? So you just want us to be talking about these criminals when we can come back to the real problem within our territory and deal with ourselves with a new constitution and a new institution that will serve me and you. Because some of you are criminals as well. You love crime. If you live in this country and you are part of those that believe in that nonsense, you dare not do it in this country. They will come after you as a criminal. Some of the principal officers of this report on the Committee on the Citizenship, Immigration and Related Matters. Over 7 hours program today. We can't even get £10 each, which is £70. Which kind of student will not be? Now, not they pay lecturer. We did 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours, or the 4. Going to 3 hours now. Or the 7. £70. It's not too much, is it? How many people will donate £1 to make it that £70? Put it in the comment section. Koiki, me have only £1. Our 70. That's £70. £1. Koiki, how do we do that? Send it to the PayPal. His Royal Highness Dr. Mohammed Zayanu Abdullahi, CON Emir of Yuri, was the chairman. So all this was just a wasted time. The 2014 confab. Part of the lies from the politicians. They are good at that. They're already cooking 2027 for Nigerians. Even Peter Obi is preparing. Obedient are preparing. Atiku is preparing. APC preparing. Thinking that they will turn Nigeria to a country that will work. Koiki, Rome was not built in one day. Stop this nonsense. Stop talking ill about Nigeria. Nigeria has been under demonic bondage just after the 1914 amalgamation and prior before the 1914 amalgamation by over 500 years of slave trade. How many people understand the meaning of slave trade? Nígbà tó kó wa lẹ́rú, kò ń ṣàwa gangan, àwọn bàbá ńlá wa ló kó lẹ́rú. Church of England was involved. I love to say that. It makes you uncomfortable. I know. Church of England was involved in the slave trade. Do we need the names and members of those of this committee? I don't think so. We just need that Emir, Royal Majesty Dr. Mohammed Zayanu Abdullahi, CON, the Emir of Yuri. Go and ask him now, Baba. Kilo Chelesi, committee Teshi, as a chairman, say, Koiki, now go there. I try my best to, I gave them everything where I am meant to tell them. But you can tell that these your politicians are all criminals. Well, somebody's suggesting that you can consider joining the membership of Koikimedia. Not on the Koiki because it will not give you that access. But if you go on the backup channel, you'll be able to give us, your donation. Somebody say there's no sound. Probably Lato Doyini Mommy. Yami Princess, I won't need you. Definitely not from my end. There's no need mentioning all their names since we have the chairman. What was the purpose of this report? Is to be able to give us an in-depth problem of immigration, citizenship. Your border is as porous that none of you are able to close it. That is why there's more crime going on in every part of the 36 states, including FCT. As part of the effort to finding a common consensus on issues of national development, the 2014 National Conference on the 17th of April 2014, the Yoruba nation have not yet kick-started. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 10 years. This has been kept somewhere. You can see why I'm adding your age to some of these. Because in 2014, okay, let me put it this way. Reverse. Minus your age from 10. You can see that you have grown quicker in 10 years. Some of us might not even have the strength to do what we were doing in 2014, either through non-fault of illness or because we are just getting tired. So you can see how these idiot politicians, but she slew you are down. They knew that certain problem was there in 2014. So you are now blaming Yoruba nation people, campaigners, for the problem and the woes of Nigeria, when 10 years ago, they were campaigning for what they called the confab of 2014. Jonathan said, let me come back, and second term, Buhari said, no way, Jonathan, we'll kick you out. TINUBU backed Buhari with money, with the Yoruba people, because he has his own agenda to be president. We all knew that Buhari was an evil monster, a sadist, very deadly than TINUBU, but doesn't mean that TINUBU is also not deadly. They are all on the same trail. But many Yoruba people, understanding, 2014, it is what meant to be a discussion of citizenship and immigration that could have resolved the threat to our life in all our villages. You're a bomb bastard for coming to see that our Yoruba nation campaigners, our land and Nigeria. What give you the audacity to come and talk like that? Let's take you further. Abdullahi Mukedada. How did I, OLAYOMI KOIKI, when in 2014, millions of naira was spent for a confab that Jonathan said, oh, let me come back in 2015. No, Jonathan, you're not coming back. They took him out. Buhari spent 8 years. He never touched this confab. TINUBU is there as well. Oh, Koiki TINUBU yato. He will look into it. Okay. You can see why I say some of us will live in denial. Two major areas, citizenship and immigration. It took me 15 years plus to fight my immigration in this country. Immigration Nibiti immigration yẹn làwọn jìyà yẹn lórí ká tó gba ìwé ìlú nílùú yìí. Immigration yẹn lẹ́yìn wá sọ di inti Koiki, don't worry o. He's just one of my God. Where is he from? I don't know. Ask him. Are you Fulani or Hausa? I am not even Fulani or Hausa. Where are you from? Many people are just living in Nigeria with no any reasons to be in Nigeria because the immigration system in Nigeria is a failure. But in 2014, we started Yoruba Nation in 2019, 5 years after this document, because this is a document that was submitted to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Jonathan. Jonathan said, let us keep it till I come back in 2015. They kick him out. You will expect that the new government will look into it. Oh, no. They are too busy. Busy doing what? Allowing the same problem that they could have rectified in 2014 to stop Boko Haram and ISWAP and jihadists from entering Nigeria. At the end of the day, we can see the problems. Killing problems, immigration. Was stopping or immigration in 2014 till activated. Maybe there will be reduced of all these crime of this terrorism happening in Nigeria today. But nígbà tó deep pẹ̀lú ẹ̀, àwa wá jáde, àwa wá ń complain pé problem yìí ó ti wà ń bẹ̀ tipẹ́. Àwọn nínú Ìgbòho ló dá problem sílẹ̀. How? Aláìdámalẹ̀yìn yan. Aláìdámalẹ̀yìn ọmọ Yorùbá o. So ẹ̀yin ò gbọ́ pé ní 2014 wọ́n ṣe confab láti sọ̀rọ̀ nípa immigration àti citizenship. Kí ló ń pè ní immigration? Immigration is something that you do to prevent anybody from just becoming your citizen, because you need to know who. Today, we have multiple video evidence from our massacre to the kings that were killed, multiple videos of massacre of Yoruba people because of our ignorance. Let's listen to this.
Nothing more than lọ́sàn-án yìí ni wọ́n ṣá obìnrin. Bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe ní káwọn ọmọ mi jẹ́ ká lọ. Àfẹ́ máa lọ mẹ́kọ́ àfọ̀n torí àwọn iná pẹ̀lú àwọn olè lóko. Wọ́n lẹ́nìkan gbogbo ọ̀nà tápẹ̀lẹ̀ àgbòrò ẹnìkan kan olè lóko gbogbo wọn wà lówódé. Tọ́lọ́ làwọn Fúlàní kan yìnbọn wá sókè babaláwo lálẹ́ àná. So tension wà ń bẹ̀. Mo ní káwọn ọmọ jẹ́ ká lọ. Àwa bíi 20 kan wà lókè ròyìn sí. Búrẹ́dì 2000 ni mo ní kọ́ lọ rà. Káwọn ọmọ ẹ̀kọ́ fi máa fi ọ̀tà jẹ. Gbogbo wọn ló ní fámìlì náà. Àwọn tí ò ṣiṣẹ́ kan tí ò ṣe kan wọ́n máa ṣe ogbẹ̀. Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn sí, wọ́n náà lọ kọ́líìsì, wọ́n ní kọ́ máa lọ rẹ́gísà síbì kan. Àwọn tó lọ rẹ́gísà lọ́dọ̀ wọn yẹn ṣáwọn òsínlù láti jọ yìí. Nígbà tí kìíní ti ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí, ìgbésẹ̀ àwọn náà gbé mẹ́. Ó yẹ kí gbogbo àjọ wà lórí fíìdì nínú. Àwa tá àgbowó, àwa ń pàfọ́ọ̀mù. Àwọn tí wọ́n sì ní òkú àbí táwọn èèyàn rí gangan. I didn't even see their performance at all. It's as if we are just stupid, we don't know what we are doing. But sí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí, òun mọ̀ yẹn ní kí n kọ́kọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ kí Sẹ́ríkí tó sọ̀rọ̀. Mo mọ̀ pé díẹ̀ ní Sẹ́ríkí á sọ. Tí ẹ bá fẹ́ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ àbí ẹ fẹ́ mọ̀, àwọn àgbààgbà kan sì wà nínú kára yẹn tó yẹ pé wọ́n ń ṣe inside meeting lábẹ́lẹ̀. Àwọn àgbààgbà kan sì wà nínú kára yẹn. Àwọn àgbà yẹn ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn yìí mọ̀ pé àwa ò lè lọ ilẹ̀ Haúsá, mo ti sọ láàfin rí. Àwa ò lè lọ ilẹ̀ Haúsá ká máa lọ sáyàwó wọn lójoojúmọ́ ká máa rẹ́pọ̀ ọmọ wọn. Àwọn tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń jẹta ni òun mo fi hàn yẹn. Ẹni tó ń gé lórí, ẹni tó ń dúnú, ìwọ abúlé tó ń finá sí, tí wọ́n bí Yorùbá kan dá kó lọ ṣerú ẹ̀ mọ́.
Ọ̀pí bá bẹ́ẹ̀ dá.
Tí ò bá yẹ pé mi ti súnmọ́ ọlọ́pàá, mo súnmọ́ ọlọ́pàá ni àti pé mo rí polóyè ìlú ni mí, ni mo ṣe ń kọ̀ǹtró ara mi, ohun tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú òkú tèmi ti ń rí láti jèlò. A ti sọ́dà torí tí nǹkan kan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Fúlàní kan nísìn, orúkọ mi ò dàbújá, ìjọ ẹni wọn ò gbọ́. Ìjọ mo ti ṣe fún Fúlàní wọn ò gbọ́ o. Wọn ní kọ́lọ́pàá máa wá ní o. Ìjọ tí ń bá tó bá dé pé owó bá di pé.
And all these continue to happen for the failure of the politicians to rectify a confab in 2014. Buhari ò tẹ̀ bọ́dà láti rí wò. He careless. I will not show this video. The young man wọ́n ti gé ọwọ́ ẹ̀, ó wá tún fi ọwọ́ yẹn ó fi gbé ọkọ́. Ó gé ọwọ́, ó mú ọwọ́ yẹn dání, ó fi ọwọ́, oh my God. Ó fi ọwọ́, kì í má lọ ṣe mistake ṣú ẹ̀, mo kíyà tó bí mi lọ́mọ. Wọ́n gé ọwọ́ ilé, wọ́n ti gé ilé, ó wá fi ilé di ọwọ́ ìmú, ó wá fi ọkọ́ yẹn, kò tẹ̀ tó fọkọ́ yẹn sílẹ̀, ó fi kọ́ bíbáyìí. That is the video you're going to watch now. Well, you can't say sorry.
Please come and interview him, please. Please interview him so that we can get the video evidence.
Ó di ọwọ́ yẹn mú báyìí, ó fi ọkọ́ gbélé báyìí. Ó wá di ọwọ́ ara ẹ̀ mú, ó di ọwọ́ ara ẹ̀ mú because we have problem with immigration.
I take this man to hospital. He waste blood.
They waste blood.
How many could have you?
Now cutlass use like this.
What he get away? You see?
He say waiting.
This he say waiting. He said they don't cut my hand. Do you know why? Because there was no patrol to stop them from coming in. Rather than stopping them, APC just opened the doors. Buhari went ahead and bring all the jihadis into the territory known as Yoruba land. And the Yoruba people are now pointing finger at Babakitoye and Igboho. Let's read a little bit further. Introduction. As part of the effort to finding a common consensus on issues of national development, which is what everybody expects a country, development, you will not, never, it will never happen. You will not see any development in Nigeria. It will just be an illusion. The 2014 National Conference on the 17th of April, that was like 2 days ago. Look, 10 years. Is it not Lord making that I'm just reading this out today? Wow. And I just saw the date now, April. 48 hours ago was 17th. So you can tell now that a whole 10 years was wasted. Resources was wasted. Some people have died along the line, but not just those that sat down to this confab. I'm talking about 28,000 Yoruba people died in 8 years of President Muhammadu Buhari due to the non-activation of what Buhari should have done to protect us. Buhari was never going to protect Yoruba people. Would TINUBU protect us? Time will tell. The conference was set up on the 17th of April. This program will not be more than 3 hours. I can tell you we have 35 minutes to go. And we hope that some of you will dip your hands and say, Koiki, at least for the day, we'll pay your service of £70 for the 7 hours. I've even been told that it's not 28,000, 29,000 Yoruba people died. Ololomoyamo Igbo to cool because Buhari Pashe Gesi Walara. They'll be able to tell you the number. In the north, that will be multiple. 20 committees, amongst which is the Committee on Citizenship, Immigration, and Related Matters, to discuss issues related thereto and generate recommendation as appropriate. In every society, that is the needful thing to do. Why has it taken 10 years that this confab has been thrown away? It's a deliberate act. The reason why you are struggling in the day-to-day Nigeria is due to the fact that many of you never understood the game behind Nigeria. Oju Nintendo game law, Oju PS4 law. They are all using us as the numbers to portray us outside. Keep Nigeria is for a purpose. Bring Nigeria down is also for a purpose. The purpose of the indigenous people, nothing less than that. 10 years of this confab was a complete waste of time for you and me as a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This report, therefore, is a summary. Let me change things around. I believe I need to charge this phone so we do not lose the power. So we're going to move things around. Oh, yeah. It might be no cheese and bread. That's always the problem when you move things around. You know, you can always think that, but we are still there. Just to charge the phone since I am not in Nigeria. Thank you so much if you're still with me. My family has gone upstairs. I've taken over the whole living room. I need to end this program so that I can come back downstairs. Part of the inconveniences I have to put them through for the last 3.5 years. This report, therefore, is a summary of the views as expressed by the Committee on Citizenship, Immigration, and Related Matters. It is recommendations to be presented to the preliminary section of the National Conference. In carrying out its assignment, the committee deliberated on the following thematic areas. Take note of these: census, integrated national database, citizenship and nationality, residency, and indigeneity. Dual citizenship. Many of us have it, especially if you're one of those that have lived outside Nigeria. You're likely to have at least 2 citizenships. Some have 3, depending on your own, how you got it. Immigration and internal security. Buhari never allowed that to be secured. They left it open for the jihadis, and we saw the end result. Multiple Nigerians died because immigration and the internal security collapsed. And if you want me to prove it, you know that we, the journalists, have some of these different videos that we can just add into the conversation. Let's listen to this.
In this state is under assault. There's an attempt at ethnic cleansing in this state and, of course, in all the riverine states of Nigeria. We must resist it. We must stop it. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
Many of you have lost one or two friends, families, neighbors, schoolmates that should have been alive if this confab was truly meant for Nigerians. The politicians know the game better than you and me. Oh, let's just say conference or confab. Throw it out there, bring people in from around the state, put them in the hotel, knowing fully well that nothing will be executed. The end result meant that many lives were lost due to the immigration and internal security. What do we say or what do we understand? Kila monipa internal security. The day that you lost control of the internal security of a country, that is the end. Nigeria lost that internal security a very long time ago. I don't know when exactly, but it got lost completely. So whatever the new administration is doing, it is just too late. The infiltration is there. We saw the video of a terrorist dancing, celebrating with a construction worker right inside Nigeria wielding AK-47. Where is the security to go after them? It is a compromise one. But Yoruba people, you are not going to see that. You are going to blame Igboho for going into the forest to kill them? No, not to kill them, to chase them away as far as taking them back to where they were coming from. Igboho Leyiri as the enemy when T.Y. Danjuma told us before Igboho came out that the internal security is compromised. You might say, Koiki, shut up. Come back home. There's no evidence to that. All right. Maybe I should add one more to it. Just one more. I hope I've not deleted it. You okay? Good. I'm almost done, okay? I think I've deleted that one. I think I did. It's too much file on the phone sometimes. Once again, we're almost there. I pity Nigerians that have hope in that messed up society, because some of you think that it's all about Instagram show of shame. No. Orotan Soy is gone more than Instagram. All right. I think it's deleted. There was a particular one that I love from the guy giving us the 8 years of Buhari. But that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We'll move forward. Border control. Refugee and asylum. Do you know that Nigerians are still living in IDPs across Nigeria? They can't go back home because there's no home for them to go back into. If you're not one of them, count yourself lucky. Internally displaced persons, IDPs. For effective deliberation, the committee was divided into 3 subcommittees, namely census and integrated national database. The first census was rigged by the British government in 1959, as we were going into the first election. It was rigged. Welcome to the program, our new listeners. Citizenship and nationality, residency, indigeneity, dual citizenship, movement of goods. I want you to note this very well. Movement of goods, persons, and service and immigration. Buhari locked up Benin Republic. Mr. Davisini, check Wikipedia, you will see Nigeria language, Hausa. It's just a matter of time for the Fulani to put it in the constitution. Buhari purposely locked our own border and left Niger and other borders well open for the criminal Fulani terrorists and the Boko Harams and the rest of them. Observation. The committee observed as follows. Despite the existence of constitutional and legal framework for census and national identity management, the continued absence of accurate census. There is no accurate census. Figured an integrated national database has constituted a major challenge for national planning and security in Nigeria. Buhari wanted to push for the national census just before he was leaving. He tried, but he was repelled back. It could have been a disaster because we know that Buhari was not the one working. It was the West working behind to infiltrate the numbers more and say that the Northerners are much more than us. Do you believe that nonsense? After these exposition that the Britain compromise our census. I want you to understand in terms of child's play because we laugh, we dance. We are talking something that is very, very unique. A country where they've infiltrated the census to favor a particular part of the country. And they've used that since 1960 against the rest of the, indigenous ethnic in Nigeria. How? No. It's because Britain rigged that on behalf of the Northerners. So the gullible Yoruba people don't understanding. Shut up. That is the reason why you have less local government. They have more local government. It's part of the fraud. They have more state. They have more representative in the Senate and the House. TINUBU will not have the power to change anything. The only thing he might have, maybe just use the presidential veto power. But that is something that will not be there forever. TINUBU is not the king of Nigeria. He's a president. And he has an expiration. A tenure must end for a new one to emerge. What is it that they understand, Nibe? Moki Babami Johnson Taiwo Benro. Eshegoni Daddy. Babami Adebisi Mofiteledu Marikinsa. What is the they understand? TINUBU kì í ṣọba, kò ń ṣọba Nàìjíríà. Ẹ̀wọ̀n kó tó bá tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ọba ni TINUBU, a máa sọ okay, á pẹ́ níbẹ̀. Ìrùkẹ̀rẹ̀ á gbọ́mọ nídìí. But it is a lie that some of you think that TINUBU will be there after 8 or 4 years of his tenure. Eitan Tosin, brother mi kú ṣẹ́ takuntakun báńkì ìlànà Canada. Kí ló dé táwọn parọ́ fúnra wa? Oh, because no, I'm asking you because of what? Mashu. We are almost out of the program. The non-implementation of the existing framework has often led to politicization of the national census program, with past figures inflated. The moment to bati add the common it's inflated. The budget has been inflated. Some of you don't even know where your budget goes. The money given to our governors, it's not accountable to us, only accountable to them. The local government is not autonomous. That means that your governor takes the money from the local government and then say, on social media, what me? And you expect development? Are you crazy? Are you sick? So you expect development when the governor take controls of the local government. Who should be involved with the people? Why do you think Great Britain is called Great Britain? It's because of the local government. The function of the local government is bigger than the central, which is the office of the Prime Minister. Many of you are living in denial because we now know that the first census was rigged, and even as we speak right now, it has been inflated. So the North will always argue that we need more money. Mukia Tokyo _778. You innovate, Mukia Clement, Muki Babami. I know I am your problem, but this is not your problem. I mean, how did we get to where you're pointing finger for us, bringing this information out? Awalawa the problem, and not just bringing it out, explaining it in details that your understanding will get to my own same understanding. Because I don't want you to think that I am much more preference and privileged than you. No. That is what they wanted. Inflate it, keep us below par, and then we will all struggle together. Rather, Koiki, shut up. Okay, what happened to your 2014 comfort that would have protected our lives to some extent? Bishop Adesina says, and I quote, why can't that population show in the northern economy revenue if truly they are more in population than the south? Babami onilo fetu. Emma binukwe mumasaka urukoyen. Olua Folabi Adeni. Good evening, big boss. Koiki. Anywhere you go in your life, God will be there for you, my brother. Amen. Ogumala Biodun says, TINUBU is not having a good plan in the first place. Mukiyawa Kadijat Mudashiru. I am not against Muslim, neither am I against Christian or the tradition. I am against the fraudulent system known as Nigeria that Koiki will be like the Simon Ekpa. We will be bringing problem to Nigeria. You already have problem. There are multiple problems that we are now saying, let's come on the round table and do a final discussion whether we want to remain one or not. How can the North have more local government than us? It's because it has been inflated. Mr. Kendi Babatundeni, Koiki konire yin lai. Assalamu alaikum daddy. I love when I see, because when people write comment, I go and look a bit of their profile. Building and civil engineer construction. Emma Walaye, Tamama building, all these fantastic buildings that we see around the world. Multiple beautiful buildings where they have 100-story building with a fast lift. Engineer man engineer bodo mari sheshi. In an economy that is growing, engineers must be called to do work. Do you know that the criminals, civil servants, not all of them, they have become much more millionaire than the engineer because engineer or contract iba. Iba táwọn bàbá tí wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́, wọ́n máa ń gba contract ni. Wọ́n gba contract. Why they produce contract yẹn? Why they ṣe? Into fi dolówó nìyẹn. Àwọn tó wá wà ní service gangan, àwọn ló ti wá lọ set up company. Because not because of just pay one share, they are doing it because it's part of the fraud. And some of them are doing it because come on, parí iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ní sọ pension fún. A civil servant, òun náà ni contractor. Oh, no, ló set up company, proxies. That is what they've done in Nigeria for the 63 years of the failed nonsense country. Everybody has become a criminal in their own little ways. Moki Mr. Wale Adekunle. So when we see engineers, I know that the future of what can be done with these engineers is there. But the present day Nigeria, I'm sorry, you will not be able to see those visions. You will not. Your dream country called Nigeria is going down. And it's even going down faster than what some of you don't know. It has like taken some years to get to where it is today. But with all these, and I'm not going to read any more from it, despite, let me take this one, despite the 1999 Constitution as amended provides for national rights and duties in Chapter 2, the government has failed to articulate its bargain to the citizen under Charter of publicly recited duties. I pity you that still want Nigeria. Somebody says, I am chasing clouds. I don't need to chase cloud. Cloud is running after me because I sit here with a fact. I am reading something that was produced in Nigeria, and I'm just giving the explanation and the analysis. 10 years of this fraudulent national confab is just like another 10 years in the waiting, should you not allow us to allow Nigeria to dissolve. And on that note, I gotta go now because my family needs to be looked after. I've done what I can do. I will not be out again today. I don't know what the weekend looks like, but at least the 3 programs, you can go back from the one I did at 5 o'clock in the morning. I will monitor the situation in Iran and Israel. We are currently in the 3rd World War. We've done one in the afternoon, a response back to the crazy guy that decided to pull Babakitoye. The 3rd one is about Afenifere, TINUBU, and Babakitoye. Mokia Eyiton Tosin. I think we've had enough for today. There'll be more other programs that you can catch up with. If you're new to this platform, I am not the cause of the problem of Nigeria. I will be the one to enlighten you of all the problems that Britain created. That is the reason why we are where we are today. Nigeria will never work. Prayer will not fix the problem. The fact being as it is, Nigeria ma law. Moki will win like see. Moki brother me, Yemi Fatoki. Shegwana, thank you so much. I am done for my presentation today, and I'll be putting my legs up and just monitor what is happening. Yeah, my grandma Felicia Ejagbe, Moki Buboyun, Eyin Tiwa, Moki, Ejeka Fọkànbalẹ̀, gbogbo in tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tí gbogbo wa ń rí láti ọ̀sẹ̀ kan. Don't let that distract you. The movie has been created on the other side. The drama has been produced. But that, àwọn film kan nígbà yẹn, film yìí ṣe wá rí báyìí, kò lọ dáadáa. It's as it is. Adébáyọ̀ Kìkì Emmanuel, mo kí wẹ̀yìn títà ló, mo kí ní Òkè Ògùn, gbogbo Ìbàràpá méjèèjì, mo kí ẹ̀yin èèyàn ńláńlá, mo kí Bishop Adésínà, Ìyá Jagun, mo kí yín, mo kẹ́yìn Sheikh, mo kẹ́yìn Bishop, mo kí Dizzyman, mo kí Mọ̀mísí, mo kí àwọn ọmọ mi, kí àwọn ìyàwó mi, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin àfà, mo kí gbogbo yín ní gbogbo agbègbè tẹ́wà. Nothing comes easy. Wọ́n ta freedom ní ojú ẹlẹ́gbà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o lè ra ní Shoprite. But o lè kó àwọn èèyàn jọ lójú ẹlẹ́gbà títí dé Shoprite ká fi jọ gba freedom yẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀lé ẹni tó mọ̀nà. Fìrìgbọ̀n kò ṣílẹ̀kùn. Ẹni bá ní kọ́kọ́rọ́ ni. Kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè hate Babakitoye àti Ìgbòho tó. àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá nífẹ̀ẹ́, and we will plan and plan and plan. It might be like Koiki, ní nǹkan kan tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe, àwọn tó ní nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe, you've seen the end game. It's not running a 24 hours program. Tí wọ́n gbọ́ ní abúlé mi, bí mi ṣe ń pariwo tó yìí, wọ́n ti gbọ́ tán ní gbogbo abúlé mi níjẹ̀bọ́dé, and I'm not making this up. So ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀, ọ̀rọ̀ ọgbọ́n àtọpọlọ, lóòótọ́ ibi tí mo dúró sí ni mo dúró sí. I've been cautioned, Koiki, ó ní láti máa sọ gbogbo tó kù mọ́, but I stand with where we are going and nothing changed that. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, you follow Wusabi road. Ẹ má fi ìtìjú kárùn, ẹ má fi ìtìjú kó àrùn. The game is end on the other side for them. Kò sí nǹkan kan tó lè ṣe. Gbogbo yàn gbogbo yẹn irọ́ ló wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Tó bá wùn yẹn ní àwọn òní kankan ṣe, àní kankan ṣe torí pé ọmọ àgbà ni wá, wọn ni àgbé ìtókù sábẹ́ ẹ̀kún. Consultation, negotiation, non-violent la gbé dání. Tásìkò bá tó, àwọn tá à ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ wá ní understanding ẹ̀. Mo kí gbogbo ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tí olóyè ní máa kí yín. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Ògúnmọ́lá sọ pé the drama is allegedly directed by the federal government. Kò sẹ́ni kankan tó lè proscribe Yorùbá people. Bàbá Mádébísí ni we stand pẹ̀lú olóyè àti bàbá Kítóyè. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin group kankan ẹ dúró bí akin. Ẹni tó bá ṣe bí ike nínú yín tẹ́ fi pé kò wà comfortable. Níjọ́ Sunday wọ́n yọ mí kúrò ní group kan. I was shocked. I've been in that group for a while. But gbogbo alamọ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ throughout the weekend, I myself was removed from a particular group. Mo á padà lọ́wọ́ group yẹn gbà. Kí ni mo ṣe? Torí tí mo post síbẹ̀, ó contradict táwọn ṣe níbẹ̀ tèmi ò mọ̀. And I've been in that group for only God knows. Ẹni tó yọ mí mo mọ̀ wọ́n. Ṣé mo bá wọn jà? They are all irrelevant. Kí ni mo sọ? They are totally irrelevant. Bàbá mi Johnson sọ pé yes, the game has ended from the other side. The game has ended. Bọ́lá ṣe fi sí mi lẹ́nu kan ṣe pé mo plan it. Game ti end on the other side. Gbogbo tó kù is just what is happening now is just an awareness they're creating now. That's all. The game has ended. But ẹ mọ̀ pé it takes some time. Àwa Yorùbá náà máa ń ní pride. And they accept. Òyìnbó ló máa tètè accept pé ọmọ kìíní ẹ̀ ti lọ. I dey apologize. But àwa Yorùbá, ìran tó difficult ni wá torí pé a ní pride. Then there's nothing wrong in that. Mo sọ́lẹ̀ nǹkan ṣe ṣé gan ni Mr. Johnson, Taiwo Gbero. Game yẹn ti end ní the other end. There are few things tí mo ṣe máa sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí, but ẹ fún mi ní time láti wá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Kò ń ṣe nísìn. Gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ kọ́ ni irú èmi máa sọ tán. But the game has ended. Gbogbo tó lọ pátá, the game has ended. Bó bá wù wọ́n kó pè wá lórúkọ tó bá wù wọ́n ni kó pè wá, kò matter. Let us just remain focused on the ball. Gbogbo tó kù ranting. Ẹ yẹ kí n fi space lẹ̀ fún àwọn ọmọ mi náà kán lè ní space wọn nínú ilé. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo yín. Ọba Elédùmarè kò ní pa ìran Yorùbá rẹ́. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá ń gbèrò pé kíran Yorùbá kó parẹ́, Ọba Elédùmarè kó bá wa pa wọ́n rẹ́. Mo júbà ẹ̀yin ayé, mo júbà ẹ̀yin bàbá mi, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi, ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, ẹ̀yin àbúrò mi. Thank you so much to my Biafra brothers and sisters. All those of you that are from the north, thank you so much, the middle belt. Nigeria has come to end. Nobody will fix Nigeria. All right, Lamason, good night. Ìgbàgbọ́ ni àti bẹ̀rù. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́. Ìṣọ̀kan ni o. mo kí bàbá mi Ṣàmṣùdíìn Ọládipúpọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀síwájú. Àtótó dára, àwọn ọmọ Odùduwà, ọmọ Odùduwà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ, ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀, àwa ni ó dàárọ̀, ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn la máa sùn. Thank you so much to every single one of you on our platform. Thank you for those of you in Nigeria. It costs you a lot of money to watch me. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
That I done.
Yes.